Mr. Bowler,
Present.
Mr. Bost, Mr. Chatterton, Mr. Chatterton.
Present. Can you hear me?
Now I can, thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Tone,
Present.
Mr. Dar, Vice Chair Dar,
Present, and Mr. Boss should be in now.
Mr. Bost,
Present.
thank you. Mr. Dassing,
Here.
thank you. Mr. Bracco, Mr. Bracco, Mr. Ford. Paul, did Ford
everybody.
make it back into the room?
He has not come back.
Mr. Weir,
Here.
Ms. Robeson,
Robson, here.
Ms. Engelhardt,
Here.
Mr. Nebel,
Present.
Mr. Lamb, Mr. Martin,
Present.
Mr. McGee.
Present.
Mr. Johnson. I am present. Mr. Koffel,
Present.
Mr. Hirsch,
Here.
Treasurer Redpath,
Yes.
Mr. Thompson,
Here.
Mr. Vincent, Mr. Watkins,
Here.
Chair Nikela.
I'm here.
Mr. Chair, let's see, did Mr. Ford make it back into the room? Mr. Ford?
I am not seeing him yet.
Okay. Mr. Chair, we have 16 voting members.
All right, we have quorum. Next up is opportunity for public comment. 10 minutes. Is there anybody who would like to be recognized for public comment?
Of
Mr.
course,
Jacobs
JJ's
and
hand was up
Ms. Griffiths.
immediately.
Mr. Jacobs,
Thank you. Can you hear me?
we can.
Okay. I have to say that I've seen something that was a little bit disturbing. Normally, we would get notification of hearings on the business list. For
On the
last
public
two
list now,
cases, we
JJ.
have not had
Part
that.
of your doing, in fact.
And I know that in one case, I certainly came down largely in favor of the LNC's position on a case that the LNC lost. I might have been able to add more to that, maybe change some opinions had I had more time before I knew that this would be coming out. I would hope that this is not repeated and that notice for any future hearings in this term or in future terms be posted on the business list. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jacobs. I will take note of that. Ms. Griffiths and then Ms. Leatherman. Ms. Griffiths.
Good evening, everyone. I'm commenting as both a member of the Libertarian Party and the Regional Vice Chair of North America for the International Alliance of Libertarian Parties. I am aware that Mr. Martin's LLM put together a purported dossier for you this evening that is full of things that are patently untrue. I cannot go through all of them, but a few that are worth noting. First of all, there has been no money ever exchanged between the LP, unless you all have made a decision of which I'm unaware, the International Alliance of Libertarian Parties, LPA, or LPA's spending committee. This is not any kind of issue where there are financial transactions occurring. There is also no malign foreign influence in the IALP. These are all organizations and these are all parties that are working to combat the very problems that Mr. Martin claims to want to address, which have to do with massive global governance. If there were a malign influence trying to wield its will against the US LP, then one would imagine that we should be combating it and that we should be combating it globally. That's what we're doing in the International Alliance of Libertarian Parties. And so I hope to have everyone vote no on that resolution. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Griffiths. Next is
Let's
Ms.
go.
Leatherman and then Mr. Harding. Ms.
Unmuting
Leatherman.
Amanda back in here.
Yes, I would like to comment on the motion to form a special investigatory committee based on the dossier that was recently released. So I just want to say that this entire thing has gotten ridiculous. Every single month, it seems like we have members of the party, in some cases LNC members, being accused of one thing or another. First, it was that they were Soros-funded DNC operatives. Okay, last month it was that we had a bunch of members who were violent Antifa insurgents who had to be rooted out. Now it's that we have a bunch of NATO-aligned foreign agents infiltrating the party. Hey, I know where this started. This actually started because of a post that was deleted off of the LP national account, which, from what I understand, was they were getting absolutely flamed in the comments. It was highly unpopular, so the decision was made to take it down. It's not the first time that has happened. It's like it's a thing that happens. This led to rumors that a few specific members, one of whom is in region rep, were responsible alongside the country of Georgia. This spun into rumors that there were foreign agents aligned with the IALP that were exerting undue influence on the sovereignty of the Libertarian Party, and has now spun into this whole idea that there are all these foreign agents that are infiltrating the party for nefarious purposes. Goals are not entirely unclear, but yeah, in any event, this has gotten ridiculous. This has led to accusations made against friends and associates of mine that I frankly think border on slander at this point. And this needs to be looked at for what it is. This is an attempt to just cause obstruction and prevent the LNC from getting anything done. Okay, this stuff needs to be rejected. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Harding and then Ms. Harlos. Mr. Harding.
Just excuse me, Mr. Chair. Mr. Ford should be now in the meeting.
Okay.
All right. So, the Red Scare never really stopped. And that's been a core problem in a variety of American political spaces for a significant period of time. The rhetoric espoused by people like Mr. Martin, Chatterton, and Thone is absolutely repugnant to the libertarian ethos and the platform itself. They are spinning up rumors of foreign involvement so they can ignore the fact that they are flooding the zone with a bunch of Nazi propaganda, including today outright defending the state of Nazi Germany by saying that it was okay to promote Erwin Rommel of the Wehrmacht by saying whites are 10 to 12% of the world population. We deserve countries of our own like every other people do. Germany, its history and its culture will be erased by people who hate it and don't belong there. You think that's racist? It offends you? We don't care. Go fuck yourself, globalist. So,
I'm gonna say that.
Okay, it's on your Twitter, so get over it.
No, it's not.
And don't interrupt.
No, it's not. Liar.
And I have it archived, so you can shut the fuck up and stop.
Hey, let's not use
use
language, or otherwise I'm gonna boot you.
All right.
Hey, I didn't say that.
So, as I was saying,
I say you're lying because I would never say that.
These motions are openly designed to distract from authentic libertarianism.
This is one of the times where I wish
openly
Jeremiah was
to
not
like
Jeremiah,
poison the
because
well.
it'd be great to have that and be
say
able to
that
throw it up for
even
you to see.
Stephen Nikela himself helped with the foreign influence operation on Facebook in a sweaty ukulele video, and otherwise promote the idea that if anybody is remotely left of these far-right Hitlerites, that they are, you know, somehow somebody who should be expunged from the party. Every element of the platform is threatened as long as, so to speak, caucus and its members exist in leadership positions. So, that's my statement.
I moved to close
like
public
that
comment.
was posted. If I made any statement like that, it would be because I was hacked. This guy just
I
made it
moved to
up.
close public comment.
Point of
Unlike
order!
the
Dossier, which
No
is
more crosstalk.
factual.
No more crosstalk. Ms. Harlos.
We went
and
through
then
the
we've only got about
dossier
3
and
minutes
showed how
left,
many
and then
things were
Mr.
not
Scott.
factual.
Thank you very much. I'll try to keep it short. The other commenters dealt with some things I'd like to talk about, but I'd like to just deal with, and I'm not meaning this personally, to the regional representatives. I have now conferred with 2 states in the region, and these highly inflammatory things that are being posted on behalf of Region 1 are in violation of the Region 1 agreement, because 2 states, and one of which I can name is Colorado, have never been conferred on anything. So they are absolutely rogue and should not even be on the agenda because they're in violation of the regional agreement. The states have to be conferred with. That's the whole purpose of regional representation. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much. Mr. Scott?
I'm assuming I'm going to talk later. Just curious.
Yeah, no, we have an agenda item that includes both you and council, Mr. Hall.
Right. Okay.
All right, it looks like it is it for public comment. We'll now be moving on to the adoption of the agenda. The chair is now entertaining a motion to adopt the agenda.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Going once, going twice, going 3 times. Any objection to the agenda as presented? Hearing none, the agenda is adopted. Next up is Mr. Ford with the committee update. Mr. Ford.
Can you hear me okay now, Mr. Nikela?
Yes.
Fine, thank you. I'm going to be motioning to go into executive session to go over some business details, but a couple of very important points. I spoke with hotel management. We've made them aware that we've got several late conventions and that folks literally just found out this weekend whether or not they'd be attending Grand Rapids. So the date has been extended, we're saying to April 28th, in order for you to choose your hotel rooms. I will say that please, if you're going, do this quickly. It's sort of hammer time. And I'll repeat, and I say this with love, because this affects me personally as well, that most of the hotels are not asking for a deposit. So if you know you're going, you've been elected as a delegate, please you make your reservation and you'll be able to make your financial arrangements when you get there. There are a variety of marvelous speakers coming. What you'll see, we're finally nailing down all the travel arrangements, who's coming in when. Almost all of the speakers that you see on that board will be engaged in a breakout session.
And not hear.
And that includes people like Ammon Bundy, and that includes Ford Fisher, and it's going to be amazing. We need your support. So we're hoping you'll sign up for packages. We're hoping you'll sign up for events. Going to be a lot going on that weekend. And that phone number, as I like to say, that phone number that's at the top of the website is my cell phone number. So if you've got questions, every convention Sunday, I got about a dozen phone calls.
Good evening on Holy Hours of the Night.
Answered a lot of questions, solved a lot of issues. I appeared at Utah's convention remotely yesterday. I want to help, so let me know how I can help. With that in mind, I would like to motion that we go into executive session to discuss the ongoing business details of the convention.
All right, there's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Any objection to going to executive session?
I'd like to amend it if we could to also include the legal update and staff contracts, salaries, the next couple of items. That way we can just knock it all out.
I'm friendly to that amendment.
So,
all right, is there a second?
One issue that I have with that is I'll have to leave the room and come back in to bring in and then have somebody return me as host to bring in the 2 people. Because I don't think Mr. Scott can be in there for the convention committee executive session or the contract work.
Well, the legal update would be before that, so he would come in after the convention update.
The convention committee is right now, and then
correct.
So would you say are you suggesting to move the legal up, have them come in, do that first, and then do the convention committee, remove them from the room, and then
yeah, if that makes it easier for you and that's okay with Mr. Ford, we could do that.
Is that acceptable, Mr. Chair? That
That's
we
fine.
Bring the 2 into the executive session room, handle that business first, and then remove them from the room to do the other 2 items?
Yeah. All right. So we have a motion. Was there a second?
Second.
All right. We have a motion to take up legal report update with counsel and executive session with Mr. Scott and Mr. Hall, and stay into executive session for the convention update committee report. Is there any objection to that motion?
And the taking up of the employment contract.
Oh, and the contract as well. Okay. All right. If there's no objection, going once, going twice, going 3 times sold. Is there any objection to go into executive session? Hearing none. Mr. Secretary would like to prepare the room for us.
Yep.
I need to do public comment more often because I had a list of things to say. And I was just like, I might be taking up too much time. Rose is awesome.
Rose is awesome. As for what's the word for Phil? Everyone's a terrorist.
Dossier.
Unless
the word is dossier. I wanted to note, by the way, that I'm actually shocked that we're actually
And just an FYI,
talking
Rob,
about this
I
dossier,
missed a
given the
message by him,
fact
but
that
he did mention
I
he's
can't
gonna have a
imagine that
flight back
anyone
home
has
and
had time
attend
to
the
read
meeting.
it. I mean, how did anyone have time to read it?
it hasn't even been 4 days.
If Keith doesn't mention that he hasn't had time to read the dossier, Keith, if you're listening,
No, I do not. Hold on 1 second, please.
I'm going to text him right now.
Maybe we should raise our hands when we start doing this.
Here, Mr. McMahon. I don't know if you can see me.
Is there? Oops, sorry, Mr. Dassing. Did I add you? Yeah, I did. Okay. Karen Ann, is there somebody that I could make the host for a minute?
Yeah, you can, Evan. I'm going to be here the whole time.
Okay.
The recording has stopped.
Okay, and then if you can
There, the recording stopped.
add me to the breakout room.
Okay, let me see if I got added as host. Did you do that already?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. Let me just find you on here.
Lars is here.
Can the chat be turned on?
Assign to. You have it as room 1?
I think so.
Okay.
Karen Ann, I don't see the link for myself.
Oh, yep. I actually, can you add Mr. Bost?
Okay. Okay. Is there any other LNC members in here? Nope, it looks like they're all gone. And I saw someone asked about the chat. That's a master setting on the LNC side, and I believe they've decided not to have chats on during the meeting.
But when they're in a secret meeting, why can't the rest of us chat?
I don't have controls to the LNC master account, and it doesn't belong to me. Even if I did, I wouldn't go against their wishes.
We'll just have to chat with our voices.
Mr. Ford is still
Rose is fantastic.
Oh, let me find him.
And Karen
No.
Ann, please ask them if they will turn on the chat. I just don't see any reason why we can't talk.
Star Chat, it's a master setting. It's an account-wide
I
setting.
can't interrupt. I have no way of speaking with them. I don't see Mr. Ford. Mr. Ford, are you in this room? Because I think it might just be an artifact. Because I'm looking at a different panel than
Maybe
you guys.
Pat Ford can pass along the message.
He was there, but yeah, now he's gone from the list. So
Okay, yeah.
Might have been an artifact.
Yeah, the
Right here
room
for me.
assignment list also refreshes faster. I just know that from before.
Yeah, if we're having a nice little casual chat here, I can just say that the tweet I discussed is archived, and anybody who wants to can find it. I posted it again on my Twitter account. And
it's mask off. Like, this is just mask off ethno-nationalism at this point. And the fact that someone that posts or runs a caucus that posts things like that was allowed to be on the LNC is, I'm saying this as someone who was friends with the person in question for years. He's turned into someone that I don't even recognize anymore. It's yeah, definitely upsetting, to say the least.
And like, you know, I would have preferred to have keep it a little bit more civil, but it was satisfying to tell that like weird fucking narcoleptic cunt to shut the fuck up.
Oh yeah, I'm totally cheering for that. He's a terrible person.
Lars walks
Like, this
away.
is, I feel like what he's doing is actual slander at this point. Like, accusing people of being foreign agents, and then like the lies he said about our organization. Because they cannot accept that what we're doing. Like, okay, LP Alliance is at its core a delegate recruiting group. Okay, we call people off of call lists of Chase Oliver donors or former members who left, and try to encourage them to go to state conventions and try to encourage them to be national delegates. We fundraise for getting people to national convention. We host streams and do interviews with candidates. Like, but people, this is the desperate flailing of a caucus that is losing and can no longer win by being principled and making people want to vote for them. And this is what they do when they're losing.
See,
so
but
they desperately need us to be something we're not.
See, but here's the thing, like you're saying this is where I diverge, because you're saying it's like now bordering on slander. First off, this is slander and libel and a bunch of other shit. Second off, it's not now. It's always. He's for a long time been trying to say that anybody he doesn't like is a communist, and that therefore, like using the caucus account, whoever is using that, saying like, whoever disagrees with them is a communist and therefore deserves to die, or at the very least be like purged from the country. These are Nazis. These people have no problem with libel and slander as long as it achieves their goals. Like, you know, that's part of Hitler's whole thing. He would call anybody who disagreed with him the Lügenpresse, and anybody who like disagreed with his plays for Lebensraum would be the Lügenpresse. And this is exactly the play that people like, you know, Andrew Chatterton and Austin Martin have been using for a long time now. They are doing exactly the Steve Bannon, Epstein-linked tactic.
Lügenpresse literally means
the
lying
zone.
press.
These people are doing that because it's the only thing they know. They know how to flood the zone. They know how to just batter your timeline with a bunch of bullshit. And that's what they're doing. They've got like
So does
so
Jeremiah,
many
for the record,
RTs
but-
compared to their actual original content that it's hard to find their original content without doing a direct search. And all of the people they platform are either Nazis or Nazi adjacent. And this is ultimately the kind of thing that has for a long time been going on in libertarian circles. Like they've been either casually or openly supporting Nazis, like, you know, the paleo strategy and fucking like the whole idea of supporting David Duke and Pat Buchanan. Like, this is not a new strategy, and it's not something that should have been allowed to fester as long as it was. But, you know, I'm just the evil, mentally ill, furry Antifa over here who's been exposing a lot of this stuff for a long time to basically, like, a very limited support. Because if you support me, you're supporting somebody evil, and you can't do that.
Jeremiah, what do you think we can do structurally or culturally to address this? You know, I appreciate you calling people out, but I think ultimately this shouldn't be about personalities.
Right. I'm glad you asked.
Culture problem in the Libertarian Party.
I would love to see Starchild and Jeremiah in a room
asked.
talking.
Here's something. Like, this party loves its resolutions. How about a resolution condemning ethno-nationalism? How about a resolution condemning...
I've been involved since 1990s. Jeremiah, could I...
You've been breaking up, sorry.
If you don't mind. I just wanted to put this in context, sorry. Since I've been involved in the 1990s, I've seen the party consistently underplay libertarian ideology and just
I
sort
was
of
wondering, I think another thing that would be great would be the ability at a high enough threshold for people to remove bad actors on the LNC, including state representatives.
And also we consistently tended to outreach more and had our messaging appeal more to people on the right than to people on the left. And
By
I
the way,
think
did my
we've
audio
seen,
die, or are
you
people
know,
not talking
as
there?
years of the Mises Caucus and so forth, the
You're
natural
sounding fine to me.
result of these
No, my audio died.
problems or
I can hear you
shortcomings in
fine.
the party that we haven't addressed. So I'm curious to hear you or others have any solutions for either or both of these issues beyond just passing resolutions or things that are sort of momentary. Structurally, culturally, how can we change to address this problem?
I don't think you need to raise your hand, Kelly. I think you could just say words. I'm doing that. I'm an asshole, though. Kelly? Weird.
Hi,
Yeah,
can you guys hear me?
Sorry, go
Yeah,
ahead.
there we go.
So I've suggested this before, is that this might be extreme, but we're coming on a time where there's a lot of people who are suffering from mental health issues. Obviously, Austin Martin is suffering from serious mental health issues and or childhood trauma that is causing for him to have this bizarre behavior. I have been experiencing false accusations from him for the past 3 years. And it never stops. It'll never end until he gets help. But to alleviate that, I'm like, do we need to start having mental health screenings? Do we need to start having civic screenings? Because now we're seeing that Bryce Thon doesn't know who is Abraham Lincoln or and what he looks like. So like, do we need to have a basic civics screening? Like, and this almost sounds statist, but is it self-regulatory for the LP to do something like this? Because things have just gotten so out of control with the accusatory behavior.
I'm only half joking when I say we need to, in order to be, I don't know, serve on a committee or serve on subcommittee, you need to pass a test on libertarian philosophy with a score of 80% or better. You know,
Dang it, Rose.
Nolan type, Rothbardian, early Rothbardian derived
Rose.
libertarian philosophy.
Rose just
I'm
being
really
like,
sick of people who
fuck
don't
it.
understand their
Bring
own
back
philosophy,
voting tests.
trying to make decisions for
Don't
the
care.
LP.
Well, we got Star Child's nibble.
See, and here's the
always a
thing,
good
like,
sign.
for structural change, there needs to be platform planks against, you know, like open sorts of like ethno-nationalism, open sorts of theocratic fascism, things like that. There needs to be actual requirements that you oppose those things, because if libertarianism is allowed to foster the sorts of people who can overtly, you know, antagonize their platform and also their existing and previous, you know, actions and beliefs and the legacy of libertarianism as a whole, then the party is fucking useless. If it cannot have a platform itself that self-regulates this kind of thing out with strong statements that you must oppose these sorts of things, as though the non-aggression principle doesn't already do so, but like they don't follow that. And as you know, John Ponte discovered, quite a few of them didn't even sign it fully. You know, and that's why Bryce Thon Tone is threatening to sue John Ponte, because of course that's what this board does. It threatens legal action if it doesn't get what it wants. These people are aggressionists, and their aggression is based on age-old sorts of allegiances to ethno-nationalism, theocracy, and other sorts of things contributory to palingenetic ultranationalism and the fascist society that results from that. So if we don't say in the platform and in the requirements to be a Libertarian Party member that you also have to be, you know, a fucking libertarian, then we're going to keep getting people like this. And if there also needs to be a way to remove people who aren't. And
this is something that's been discussed structurally among some of us, that if there's a person on the LNC who's a bad actor, there needs to be a much easier way for members to be able to recall them. And that can't be, or rather, that shouldn't just be a privilege that lies with the LNC or just lies with a particular state or whatever. I've heard many people say, you know, if there's somebody on the LNC And initially I was lukewarm on this. But if there's somebody on the LNC who's not behaving well, even if they're, a state rep or whatever, there can be a high enough member threshold to have them go.
Yes.
Yeah, Austin's behavior has made that very clear because, like, I was very torn on this too because, like, I mean, when the McCardle-controlled LNC was in power, like, there are region reps who would have been removed had they had that power. However, like, when there's someone who's straight up, I mean, he has straight up said that he's bringing NAP violations, quote unquote, or he's going to bring NAP violations against members who disagree with him. Like, when someone is straight up threatening members of the party they're supposed to be representing, yeah, there needs to be a way to remove people like that.
The non-aggression principle. Can anyone hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, the box wasn't lighting up. In any event, I discussed at length the non-aggression principle with David Nolan. It refers back to the situation that existed politically when the party was founded and has rather little to do with what is generally being discussed as NAP violations. The original issue going back to 1972 was that the United States was having political disagreements. To be precise, we were having 3 or 4 political bombings a day, including at least 3 inside the halls of Congress. And the NAP was the statement, we are not here to change the government by violence. We are here to do peaceful politics. And that is all it talks about. It doesn't talk about taxes. It doesn't talk about foreign relations. It talks about what libertarians are going to do to advance the party and it would improve America, namely to do peaceful politics.
Yeah, and like the other half of it is there are so many people who just don't want to acknowledge the roots of a lot of these political alliances, and they don't want to acknowledge the roots of a lot of these sorts of people. Like when Konkin discussed the fact that the Libertarian Party was already compromised by the Koch money, and the fact that, like, a lot of these people who were involved in the initials seemed to dislike what libertarianism was actually supposed to be, he wasn't wrong. And that Koch money traces back to their, their Nazi oil refinery. And the whole deal with that should be, we should understand that when these sorts of people are the bankroll, when these people are the money, their message will be directly in support of that money. And they will eventually, even if they start out from libertarian ends, end in the same sorts of nationalist garbage that the Nazis were, because that's what the family is. Like, so when it comes down to it, we need to understand that sometimes saying no to funding is good. Sometimes a fundraising variety, for instance, might be illegal, and we shouldn't have a joint fundraising thing with the MAGA brainworms guy who apparently cut the dick off a raccoon. So that's something else weird. Like, we're dealing with fundamentally evil people who should, be opposed, not allowed to be inculcated into a weird cult personality under somebody who gets starry-eyed while having lunch with a convicted rapist and a pedophile. The culture needs to change, and there needs to be certain requirements in the platform and in certain strictures to prevent this from ever happening again, or, I repeat myself, the Libertarian Party is fucking useless. Because they have to be able to, like, remove people who are bad for this and never allow it to get this bad again. And if it does, then the Libertarian Party itself is proving its internal flaws toward the right and specifically authoritarianism. Go ahead.
Jeremiah, it's something that the rest of the room just may not know. This isn't true for every region, but just know that the LNC does have the authority to remove the Region 1 representatives. It's in the Region 1 agreement, and they've chosen not to. So their hands are not tied when it comes to Region 1. So just that's something for all of my embarrassments with Region 1, the super region, which I've owned up to and apologized up and down for, the one good thing I did was write in that regional agreement, and I think it should be in every regional agreement to protect the LNC, that the LNC does have the same removal authority. It's a legal liability not to have that, as we're seeing, because I do think that's slander. But I also wanted to correct one thing, or supplement, because George Phillies is correct about what David Nolan said, but I want to supplement that to say that the non-aggression, the pledge, I don't want to call it the pledge, but the same wording of the pledge is currently in the platform. So I think the discussion before, instead of calling it the pledge, you should call it a violation of the platform, because 4.0 emissions got amended, I don't know, 4 years ago.
I agree
that
with
says
Karen
in
Ann that
every
it should
matter
generally
we
be a violation
advocate
of the
the
platform.
consistent application of the principle of the non-initiation of coercion, physical force, or fraud. So you don't need the pledge in order to make this point. It's
Well, 'cause
in
it's a
our
plank, it's not a
platform.
principle. So
Yeah, and
Karen Ann,
go.
oh, if I can ask Karen Ann, do you know who on the LNC currently is either standing in the way or not taking action with removing Region 1?
I will have no idea. There's never been a motion, but they're aware that they can do it. So I just
So,
think it's non-action, and
I
now it's a
I
month
fully agree
before
with Karen
convention,
Ann,
so no one's going
but
to do anything.
they have
Yeah.
talked about this on the
I
LNC
have brought this
and
up.
have
I
claimed that they
brought this
do
up
not
with
have the
Pelzar
ability
and a couple of the
to
region reps multiple times,
remove
and they
them
keep saying
because
they
of
either
other
don't have the
nonsense
votes
bylaws.
to do it
Do I
or
trust
to
Karen
go
Ann's
to
understanding of the
convention.
bylaws better
At what
than
point, like even
Steve
even if they
and
don't have the
Paul's?
votes, just get
Absolutely.
people on the record
But
leaving bad
they
actors
do
on
think that
like
there's
this. Like
a bylaws
the
reason
fact
they
that they're
can't
not
remove
even
someone.
trying is, in my opinion, kind of ridiculous.
yeah,
Or
this
also that it's
shows that
that
it can't
only
just be left
temporary.
up to the LNC, because
It's
a
a
lot of times
temporary
there are
removal,
political
right?
alliances where you don't want to ruffle anyone's feathers. It needs to also be up to the members to do this.
Yeah, but
I
Force
there-
votes in order
if
to encourage
bylaws-
people to get on the record. There are several people who've been attempting to say, oh, we can't vote because it's too close, or we can't vote because we don't have the votes. And you should recognize that the people who are saying that, some quite prominent, are covert or surreptitious Mises Caucus supporters.
I
agree with him, man.
I would
I think the member
I would seriously question if a removal by the LNC, even in Region 1, would not violate the bylaws. I think that
We would need to change the bylaws, yes.
I know. I think that they could certainly encourage that, but I don't believe that even with the Region 1 agreement, I think the Region 1 agreement, and if that would be enforced, would be a violation of the bylaws. And probably
Well, and I would respectfully disagree with Mr. Jacobs, since it says an action of the state chairs can be a removal. The Region 1 agreement was signed by all of the state chairs. That is an action of the state chairs, but that would be very interesting to see how the JC would rule, and it just goes to show how two qualified parliamentarians disagree. I do respect his disagreement, but I disagree.
If the Region 1 agreement is in violation of the bylaws, then Region 1 does not exist.
Well, I agree with you, disagree with you there, George. It'd be severable. It would just be that particular provision.
Does the Region 1 agreement have a severable clause?
It would
it wouldn't be necessary.
I'm okay with Region 1 not existing, though. That's fine. I'm in Region 1, so I can say that.
Yeah, no more super regions. I think super regions need to not exist.
Which states are in Region 1?
Wisconsin, Colorado, Hawaii, Michigan, New Mexico. Kyle's talking in my ear, but he stopped.
I'm trying to remember the rest
region,
of them.
It's so rare that Kyle
Alaska, or not a,
region with
Alaska,
the soft R.
that's another one.
I mean, region is in kind of the administrative sense. There's no. We really need to end non-contiguous regions. It just doesn't.
I think we need to end regions.
Kansas, Montana,
that regions
Idaho,
should be actual regions, except then we'd have to be in a region
Oregon,
of New Hampshire, which
Minnesota.
we don't want. So I'm okay with them not being geographical regions for now.
I don't see the need for regions any longer. I don't, because again, they get gerrymandered to heck, right? And region reps do not represent the people, usually sometimes even in their state, if you look at someone like Andrew Chatterton, but they certainly don't represent that region. And it's by the majority of chairs. It does not make sense how you do it. It does not make sense who gets to be a region rep. It seems like a very, very antiquated institution.
And Amanda, it's not even by a majority of the chairs.
Yeah.
These things have not been brought before the region. And I'm not saying it's a caucus thing. I don't think they're consulting with chairs that are of their own caucus.
I believe that.
I just think they're doing it. That ranting dossier that was put out, that was not run by anybody. And
it said confidential, so technically he leaked it. He's a leaker. He leaked
we
his
should,
own
we should make a
dossier.
big deal of that. Yeah, that was like, just couldn't even bother to edit what his LLM came out with.
And here's the other half of it. Like, you know, the thing is, okay, first off, if their hands are tied, I'm not going to kink shame. But what we should understand is that, like, that doesn't matter. It wouldn't matter if their hands were tied, because the rest of the parties aren't. And if the party is going to allow this sort of thing to happen without forming a significant cultural pushback, I have them on record. I read the tweet, and Austin got visibly agitated and started to interrupt me because I was reading what their caucus says. If we all actually used, and I keep on saying it like this because I've got, you know, I'm bitter about it, and I'm definitely a petty motherfucker. Like, ultimately, I keep handing these people dubs on a silver platter, and they will not take it. I keep handing people like the Libertarian Party of New Hampshire saying that communists deserve to die, and everybody associated with their enemies is a communist. I've got Austin Martin agreeing with that and supporting it. I've got the Liberty Plus fucks in the Nazi recruitment organization, you know, and all of the stuff associated with that. I've got Ben Weir basically co-signing their ideas and supporting these sorts of things on a platform. I've got Jeremy Kauffman now being the official, like, chair of New Hampshire, and he supports all of the Nazi garbage as well and says it himself, while saying things like, you know, maybe if an Epstein victim was 17, we shouldn't consider that a problem. You know, I keep giving people all these dubs, and the latest dub is that the So to Speak caucus is on record defending the government of Nazi Germany. If the LP chooses to do so, they can use these dubs. I keep handing them on a silver platter, and, you know, hold these people to account. But if they don't, then it doesn't matter what's on the platform. It doesn't matter who says what. It doesn't matter where things are. They're already going to be useless because they're not going to do anything with it. So, like, we need to be culturally unified against the fascist scourge that's invaded the party, in order to say that, you know, the enemy is communism and globalism, while endorsing people who wanted it to spread imperialism and hatred and death and destruction and cleansing for Lebensraum, literally with imperial armies to do so, literally supporting Rommel, who was a colonizer of North Africa for Germany. This is the mentality that they claim that they don't like. They claim that they don't want people encroaching on other countries, and then when it's their guys doing it, it's suddenly based. This is what we need to crush, and if we don't, it's fucking useless. So it doesn't matter what structural changes happen if people aren't willing to culturally back the structural changes. They need to get fucking spines. Like,
Jeremiah, have you thought about putting these dubs in a dossier? Because that might get it noticed.
You know, I'm actually building something right now, but it's going to be an article for Liberty Centuries that I guess can be PDF'd and turned into a dossier to send to Stephen Nikela for him to do nothing with.
Yeah, send it to the LNC. But you have to appear on camera looking all sweaty and
you know, I've got some grease in my hair. I think that probably qualifies.
Ranting about how there's all these infiltrators in the party.
So yeah, that's my. I've been.
Jeremiah, I have a question for you.
Against this for a long time. Go for it. Go for it.
So, like, I see your post about So to Speak caucus, and that's what you were referencing before. Austin's claim was that you know, that he's not the one that posted it. Do you have the evidence to show where he is part of So to Speak?
Oh, I have quite a bit that leads to that. And one of the primary notions that leads to that is the sheer amount of times that they retweet him and say the exact same shit. If he's not involved in the caucus, then if they choose to sue me over whatever, you know, claims here I made, then the discovery will certainly show that.
Okay. I was just
Wait,
curious.
is this about Austin being in the So to Speak caucus? Because Bryce told me he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Even better. Okay, cool.
Yeah, see, I might be a cunt, but I'm a knowledgeable cunt.
Yeah, like I don't know if I don't think he actually posts for the account or anything, but I know that he's in the Discord that they have.
And like either way, like you know, if I was wrong about Austin specifically doing that, I'm not wrong about Tone and his caucus directly supporting these sorts of things and being supported by these sorts of people. This is
Absolutely.
a cultural clique, so
I was not trying to like take shots at the work there. I was trying to see if
sure,
because we've got people who are asking here if there's proof on it, and so I was just trying to put that together to show folks. So thank you.
yeah, there should be plenty. And again, you know, I hope anyone who wants to sue me sues me because the discoveries will be funny.
Oh, he's been threatening to sue me for the past 3 years, over and over and over. But
he doesn't have money
my
for an attorney. He lives off of public assistance.
my other concern is that we're electing people at national convention who are safe or have personalities that are avoid being disagreeable. And there's room for that as far as you don't want someone that is just perpetually contrary and they're almost impossible to work with. And that is a stereotype of libertarians, but it's the pendulum swung too far in the other direction where you have people that are too agreeable, that don't have a spine, that don't make a motion to remove Region 1, that don't hold Austin Martin accountable, that are, I mean, I just see like an LNC right now that's full of enablers. And it's just like, what do we do about that at national convention if the national delegates continue electing people who are just too soft?
Kelly, do I strike you as agreeable? Am I an agreeable person?
No,
Am I soft?
You strike me as being balanced. Like we
There we
need
go,
people
that's
who
fair.
are balanced, that have a balance of disagreeableness and agreeableness.
Just
Meanwhile,
like I
I'm
can
just
work with you and you can disagree with me at the appropriate times.
Meanwhile, I'm just unbalanced.
So
You need
I don't know, does anyone
You are
have any
upfront
input
about
on
what you
that?
are.
having
Well,
attended
I
every
just-
national convention since 1998 up through 2018, I've missed the last few. I'm getting a bit old. I would suggest the first thing you need is a better set of officers. We have not had a good set of officers in quite some time, in my opinion. But I see people coming back. Hi, people. So the meeting must have ended, or at
Oh,
least
no,
the
it's just me.
executive side.
No, it's just me because I was only part of the executive.
Patrick, you seem to be here again. Okay,
That-
maybe they did.
That Patrick
must-
Ford has been here the whole time. I don't know if it's an artifact or if it's Pat Ford's second computer.
It belongs in a museum.
There you go.
Okay, well, as I was
have a
saying,
quick question though. Well, I guess after George.
you need to replace the current set of officers, all four of them. You need someone for treasurer who's going to be vigorous at pointing out what the financial situation is and where we are going. You need a secretary that posts minutes. You
Hey,
need a
George,
chair.
you miss me yet? You miss me yet, George?
Karen Ann, if you would drop your attention to Roberts, you were a wonderful secretary, but you had other issues, I'm afraid.
Oh no.
And then you also need a good set of at-larges. I'm not sure where you get these.
So
Well, you're not
here's
gonna
my
currently get 'em.
question. Here's my question really quick to go back one person. I think somebody said that some people on the LNC should disaffiliate Region 1. Under what authority did they have that? I mean, the LNC can disaffiliate individual affiliates, but not an entire region.
That's not what was said, Nathan. I'm the one who said it, so I hope you'll let me correct that. The Region 1 agreement I wish I had it in front of me. I'm going to give it to you almost verbatim, but forgive me if it's slightly off. The Region 1 agreement gives the LNC the authority to remove the regional representatives under the same process afforded to at-large without opportunity for JC review. The region can then, if they disagree with the LNC, simply reappoint the same people. The region is untouched. This only has to do with representatives that are engaging in gross misconduct, because it would be the same standard, which is a pretty high bar, but it would not dissolve the region. The LNC has no authority to dissolve a region.
And so the say they ended up removing a rep. You said that the affiliates within the region could reappoint, so effectively nothing would change. And
they could reappoint, but hopefully they would take that seriously. So the reappointment is their recourse other than a JC appeal.
I mean, here's the thing, right? If a region, like it's my understanding the R1 agreement also has provisions for the R1 states to just, rescind their representatives. If they don't do that, then that's kind of aligning anyway. So I would imagine that they would just reappoint anyway. Now, I'm not saying that I agree with Austin or Andrew or whatever, but I heavily dislike when affiliate decisions are made by somebody who's not the affiliate, and that I think really you just need a better contract, right? I know in previous versions of the Region 1 agreement, it took a unanimous consent of all the chairs of the region to basically like get rid of somebody out of the region. I disagree with that. I think that should be not part of the agreement. And yeah, it would just be a majority vote of the chairs or whatever process within each affiliate to the
Nathan,
chair.
can I push back on that a little bit?
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say briefly that, so I think in general, yes, the affiliate's decision should be the affiliate's decision. When there's somebody on the national committee, all of a sudden what they do redounds to all of the membership. And so that's why I went from kind of being in the position that you're articulating to thinking, all right, I can see an argument for allowing for some threshold to prompt removal of a particular representative.
But why should New York have say on Arizona business?
It's not
Because
Arizona
your
business,
region,
though,
because
if it
sorry, because we're part of
You're
the
from New York.
national. We're part of the national party. Like, we're part of the national party. If another region can't get their rep under control and they're causing constant disruption on the LNC and preventing anything else from getting done, it becomes everyone else's problem. Like, I think there's a point at which, like, if you can't get your region rep under control and do something about a region rep that's engaging in like gross misconduct, like, yeah, the rest of the party should be able to take action against it. I actually think, like,
We're all here tonight because of insane ramblings from a single person who is trying to say that like the entire half the party is this bullshit.
Right.
Like we're all being attacked.
And the person who's serving as a useful idiot too. Like the threshold needs to be high because obviously, yeah, you don't want an LNC that can just arbitrarily remove people for disagreeing. It needs to be gross misconduct, like, for example, slandering or threatening other members, which he has done both of those things at this point.
I keep going back to camels and noses and tents. But Kyle, I would not say that I am here because of that. I am actually here because of Jeremiah's comments that he was talking about, going against these people that go against the platform. I would just like to say that Jeremiah has expressed many views that go against the platform. So,
but he's also not on the LNC.
Doesn't have to be. Statement was made generally.
Let me turn on my evil lighting. I'm a villain now.
Nazis,
Please
Oh,
tell me,
shit, now I'm
tell me.
scared.
Because I'm not
tell-
even part of the caucus that everybody always tries to put me into a caucus that I'm not even a part of and haven't ever mentioned. But I'm always called a Nazi because maybe I lean a little bit right on a couple of things and left on other
Have
things.
I called you a Nazi?
No, I've been called a Nazi by a lot of people, man.
Okay, so
it
Nathan,
gets frustrating
what
when people
statements
say
have I made?
Nazi. It just shuts us down, and it shuts
You're
me down from like taking your side because I see what you guys are talking about. Like
He's
it's
defending
totally,
Rommel.
you're not a real libertarian until you're called a Nazi and a communist and a
I
liberal
guess
and
I'm
a
a real
conservative and
libertarian
a
then.
fascist and a
Nathan.
anarchist on the same day.
Nathan, I'm begging you, brother. Tell me what I say that's against the platform. Do it.
There are way too many to count, but
Ooh, so you're
there's
not even gonna count one of them?
The cop out, man. Come on.
hey,
Come
dude,
on,
I
just
can
a
go and
paltry
search your Twitter,
sum.
dude. I'll just go and search your Twitter, dude.
Please,
Put together a dossier. Get back to us.
Derek, you don't have
Big
to
check
answer
is
this question
confidential.
if you don't want to. Derek and I are friends. Everyone knows that I've been very open about that, no matter who that might get mad. But you don't have to answer this question. And you don't have to agree with my characterization of the dossier as being crazy, batshit rambling. Did Austin run that by you as a Region 1 chair?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so.
So yeah,
So
I
this
agree with
isn't
you there
even a
because
caucus thing. It's not a caucus
wasn't-
thing.
I think it was posted on the Discord. I'm not sure. Let me check. But like,
I don't think he read it by anyone.
he
I don't. It was written
talk
by an
to me
LLM.
directly or anything.
I don't think he read it. Like I don't think Austin Martin read it. You heard how he couldn't read the SIC report because he only had like 4 days. Like it's the same deal. He didn't have time to read it.
He also
Poor boy, his lips got tired.
He also
Plus-
probably had 4 minutes of sleep. Look at him; he's held together by crystals.
Plus, just about Region 1, the agreement says that it needs to be sent to the state chairs by email, not by Discord, not by Signal. We did it by email because some people don't do Signals, some people don't do Discord.
Right.
So,
So yeah, no, you're right. It wasn't email. He did post it on Discord, but you're right. Like, not everybody checks it? So I do see he did post it on Discord. This are you talking about this Euro influence dossier?
yeah,
He
I
posted it
haven't
to
even
the
read it yet. So
he posted it to the public business list too.
So Nathan, when you find the first thing, please bring it up. I'd love to address that here. Let's do that.
Kelly
Maybe we need
raised
to do
an
a proper
interesting issue.
debate stream.
What is? Go ahead, George.
Namely, people get chosen at LNC at national conventions, and this leads to difficulties because sometimes the choices aren't so great. When I was state chair of Massachusetts, we had a flat rule for a fair number of years. Massachusetts will only join a region if the region membership is fixed in advance and if the representative is chosen in advance with agreement of each of the state committees in the region. And if we did not have that, we would not join the region. And we didn't join a region at least once because other people didn't want to cooperate. That was their problem. And this might help regions, namely, the region agreements must be presented to the secretary in advance of the gavel coming down at the start of the national convention, including a specification of regional representatives. The other thing that we did, which was we did not require a majority vote to remove a regional representative. We required a majority vote of the entire region to retain, if there's sort of a vote of confidence.
I'm wondering.
I'm much more amenable to that.
Can you all hear me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if we really need a region-based system, if we might be better off with an ideology-based system for representation on the LNC, like the 10 largest caucuses by membership each get a representative or something like that. I'm curious to hear people's thoughts on that. I'm wary about discarding federalism, but at the same time, I think members should have more control, over who sits on the LNC and the ability to remove people, as Amanda was saying, and not just based on regions or just the LNC itself having the power to remove people, but the membership at large. But I'm also not wanting to disrupt federalism.
That idea, yeah, Star Trouble. And by the way, I know that I owe you a call about ILP as well.
Thank you.
But yes, but yeah, I've thought about that, and a lot of people have suggested similar things. If I'm being perfectly honest, I'm not sure about the delegates' appetite for something like that, and partly because people don't always fit neatly into caucuses, and you would still want those folks to be represented and feel that sense of representation. That said, there have been several members who've been talking with some of us in LP Alliance about the changes that they want to see on the LNC structurally and in the party structurally. And so we have managed to put together our own bylaws rewrite that we'd love to send to you. And actually anyone can see it. It's open source, it's on Google Doc. We're still getting input on it. It's still being modified a little bit, but it has many of the changes that we're talking about in terms of how things are structured. It does do away with a region-based system. It does go more state representative. And because of that, because we're literally in a meeting that's taking forever, probably because a lot of people like to talk. So if you expand the LNC, you risk that as well. It also changes a little bit the way that meetings work, the way that people can be appointed or removed, or rather elected or removed, that sort of thing. And also change the convention rules. This was something that is very near and dear to Lars, I believe, to allow all of the party past a seasoning point to be able to vote for the nominees for president and vice president. So yeah, I'd love to talk about that with folks, with really anyone on this call.
Yeah, I think one other idea that's sort of intriguing to me that I haven't really talked much about is that of having, instead of a fixed set of people on the LNC, having it more of a rotational thing. So you don't get the problem of people in leadership feeling apart from the membership, like, they're this special body and they can only, talk to other insiders and things like the anti-participation stuff we see even on this meeting of them not opening the chat, for example. I think having, an LNC where, the people, 20 people meeting this month are not the same as the 20 people meeting next month. It may sound chaotic. Maybe there's good reasons not to. I'm interested in hearing those, but I think it might also make the leadership more inclusive, more bottom up. Avoid some of the personality conflicts that develop on a committee over time with people.
Hold on one sec. Sorry, it's just a bit confusion here. Doug Nebel, you just entered before I put you into executive session. Can you just get in the mic? I want to make sure it's you. We've had impersonation problems before.
Yeah, it's me, Karen Ann. Sorry about that. I'm switching between my computer and phone.
Okay, I'll get you into executive session. One moment.
Awesome.
Okay,
Thank
go
you.
back, Starchild.
I was basically done. I'm interested in hearing people's thoughts on that. I'm also I don't know if anybody really follows the Green Party. I haven't really looked into that, but they have a different kind of leadership structure where it's a much larger body, that is sort of their national committee. But then there's a subset of that group that is more like our LNC.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm wondering how that works, or whether we might, do something along those lines that gave us a more bottom-up leadership.
The Greens take both the Republican and Democrat models. Well, primarily the Republican model, but because the Republicans, they do 2 per state, a state committee man and a state committee woman, and then but the Greens do 3 per state.
Okay.
Wait, the Republicans have a sex quota thing?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
they
did
do.
not know that. That is fascinating. They're doing that in Rosava, but this is like a left way thing. I'm really honestly shocked to hear the Republicans are doing that. I did not know that.
Yeah, I feel like on the LP people would complain it was too woke or something. But no, like if one thing is certain, like decentralization is the more decentralized the better. And I mean decentralization is supposed to be our whole thing, so it shouldn't be a problem.
Distribution, yeah. Because it needs to be decentralization with some sense of cohesion, because to push back against something with force or to fight for something with force, there does need to be some concentration of the work. However, that doesn't mean that someone from the top is directing what that's going to look like. So distribution, various nodes of activity and action that are coordinated toward common ends is, that should be what we're trying to structure with that in mind.
You just described regions.
Yes, but that's not contiguous. That's
to
the
me,
problem.
A good mantra or litmus test, if you will, is to look at how libertarians feel a real world government should be run or designed. Going to be a government at all, or until the point we get to anarchy for those who are anarchists. How should that government operate, and then try to model that in our own organization and our own governance, so that people can look at the Libertarian Party and see, hey, these guys have some credibility. They're not just other politicians making promises, because we can see that the things that they're calling for in government, they're already doing in their own organization.
Yeah.
I think that would give us a level of credibility, as well as training our own people, so that when they get into government, hopefully, they've already been encultured in this system that's bottom up, that's participatory, that's empowered the individual, where leaders are held accountable and to the platform, and all these other things that we've sometimes deviated from to our disadvantage, I think.
But Nathan, that's not all what regions are, because again, that's arbitrary in the first place. It's a state line, but there's no reason necessarily that these states are joined together for any reason apart from contiguousness. There's not any particular policy similarity between contiguous states. There's not an issue coalition similarity between contiguous states. And there's also the problem where the way that we do regions, it's not actually member focused, it's not distributed. You've got this region leader, and they're making the calls. They're not showing people their super secret dossiers that they then release to the public list. It just doesn't make sense, the model that we have.
And the accountability measure is the chairs of the region rescind the person.
Right, and that's not a good one.
The chairs don't even necessarily, if members of a party want they think that their region rep is not representing them, but the chair is loyal to the region rep.
So
for example, in New York, to remove a region rep, it requires first a two-thirds vote of this of the LPNY state committee before the chair is authorized to vote to remove a region rep. However, if the chair, they're just authorized, though the chair could still vote no on removal if, for example, they were super loyal to the region rep.
Let's think this through for a second, because Region 1 has a lot of little states. Are we seriously, with no offense toward Derek here, Derek's party is down to just above single digit people at this point, which I'm not blaming Derek for. New Mexico went through some nasty shit. Are we seriously going to say that Colorado, which has a ton of people, they had over 100 people at their convention, which is more people at their convention than New Mexico has as members total, that Derek should have the exact same vote as Keith Laube in Colorado, just because they're each in a state as far as who the representative is. The fact of the matter is, regions punish everyone in the region, because if you have, in Region 1, there's 15 states, and so 7 itty bitty states can overrule the entire rest of the region, which is what we've been seeing.
Kyle, do you see any potential disadvantages or things we'd want to avoid in discarding this system of federalism? Because that is sort of what we're talking about. And historically, I think federalism has served the United States pretty well.
So
eliminating the direct election of U.S. senators, for example, on the face of it, this is like a bottom-up, pro-freedom change, let the people choose the senators directly, but it ended up disempowering the state governments, and the result was a more powerful federal central government. So that's what we want to avoid, I think. And is there any danger of that happening with the LNC if we were to get rid of regional representation?
suffering from democratization.
Sorry?
But
The,
you said
the
suffering
17th
from
Amendment.
democratization.
Yes.
So the fact is, the way to go around this is sort of the like dual house thing, just like our government uses, right? So by having referenda and other things where we want direct member involvement, they effectively become the House, and the parliamentary LNC is more like the Senate. Because at the end of the day, what we're talking about is governance. We're not talking about the LP as a company. We're talking about it as a governance body.
Yes,
And
and that
so,
sounds a little bit like the Green Party model that I was mentioning, where they have a bigger body that might be your equivalent of the House that deals with the more ideological stuff, and then the smaller body might be more like the parliamentary body that does the day-to-day stuff. Although I'm not sure when you say parliamentary body, you know, if like the other body would not be under Robert's rules, or if you were trying to draw a distinction there.
so
Just really quick, Kyle,
Or Nathan.
because what you're describing, Starchild, is essentially what Ken and my proposal was, which was the 50-state LNC.
Though.
It is, because
Well, no,
he's
because in yours,
specifically
I'll let you
referring.
finish, and then I'll go in.
He's specifically, Starchild is specifically referring to the Green Party model, which is exactly what I'm trying to discuss here, because Ken and my proposal was based off of the Green Party model. So essentially, you would have each affiliate have a representative, and then that body would then elect a small board that would conduct more nimble actions. But the big board would set a budget, basically affiliate and disaffiliate, and that'd be it. So
The issue with that is it's not member elected, though. The small board is still not member elected.
Oh, we're back.
But we're talking about federalist principles.
Hey, everybody, we're going to be coming back to the meeting. So if everybody can go ahead and mute themselves again. Thank you.
Can you turn on the chat, please, and have
Mute
public
yourself.
comment?
Thank you.
Jeez.
All right. So, Mr. McMahon, is the recording started?
This meeting is being recorded.
All right. I'm calling this meeting back to order
That
at
was sitcom-y.
8:43 p.m. We will now be going directly to the ballot. Approved Perry Willis Development Director contract. Mr. Secretary, whenever you're ready.
Amanda, I'm unmuting in here.
Okay.
Mr. Bowler.
There's
Yes.
barely a Green Party, so
Mr. Bost.
it's mostly just Jill Stein.
Mr. Chatterton.
Pass.
But she's like Cell from the Cell Saga. Every day she gets closer to perfect Jill
Mr.
Stein.
Dar.
And she's going to explode out with a giant skin head.
Mr. Dassing.
Skin hat, sorry. Those are different things. And
Abstain.
is going to go into the international fighting sphere.
Yes.
Ms. Robson. Ms. Robson.
Why are you muted?
Okay, yes, I thought I was unmuted.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Mr. Neville.
Aye. Because I keep coughing and I
Mr.
don't
Martin.
think the mic is picking it up, but I'm terrified of just having hacking, dying sounds go out to everybody
Mr.
and everyone be
McGee.
like,
Aye.
I vote yes. Mr. Koffel.
Gingivitis.
Aye.
Jill Stein's alive.
Mr.
and
Reagan.
kicking.
Yes.
Mr. Thompson.
I'm not a huge fan of Jill Stein.
Mr. Vincent.
That'll
is not
shock
present.
people.
Mr. Watkins.
Yes.
Chair Nikayla.
Yes.
Coming back, Mr. Chatterton.
Abstain.
Did you say abstain?
Wait, I want to see my
Thank you,
face.
sir.
I wanna see
Mr.
my
Martin.
face.
I am pulling it just long enough that people can see this vote, and then I'll bring it back. Promise.
Unholy army of the night of the chat.
Mr.
You're being
Chair,
censored.
the vote is 13 yes, 0 no, and 3 abstentions.
All right. Motion
Why are you
passes.
censoring the chat?
Next
I'm
up
not-
is
Mr. Chair,
They
just
were.
a quick question, Mr. Chair. I'm
So I
sorry.
called you on it.
I'd ask you to have Mr. Willis call me this week so that we can plan for the convention to have him take an aggressive role in recruiting
So
perhaps
cold, I need to
lifetime
turn on my
memberships
heat.
and other ways,
So cold.
off balance sheet fundraising, if you will. Thank you.
Absolutely, yeah, and he will be there. So we will
I'll be
put
right
him
back,
to work.
guys. It's really cold.
All right, next up is Ballots Without Borders presentation by Mr. Mapstead.
Oh my God.
Mr. Mapstead, thank you so much for being patient. We appreciate your time and willingness to be with us today.
Well, thank you so much for having me. Yeah, so I wanted to start out by just kind of telling you how Ballots Without Barriers came about, and that was through my presidential campaign when I was campaigning in Maine and trying to get on the ballot there. I was talking to the state chair and the people of Maine, and they said they didn't have ballot access because they had been the party had been basically removed from the voter rolls. After a bunch of legal machinations and lobbying the state, they were able to get the ballot requirements from 10,000 registered voters down to 5,000 registered voters. And the chair there during the campaign said, Harrison Kemp, who was the chair at the time, said I could probably do this in 10 or 12 different states and get ballot access reduced in 10 or 12 different states. And that piqued my interest because what I realized is that the Libertarian Party spends almost $1 million across all of the different states that we have and the National Party every year just securing ballot access. And it's a giant waste of money that basically goes to petitioners and and a lot of it goes to the state because they extract money from us to get on the ballots. And so the idea is to reduce ballot access laws across the country so that we can get dividends forever, and that we can use that $1 million, or at least a good portion of it, to elect candidates and to get our message out to more people. The duopoly basically starves us of the ability to function, right? Because we're a small party, they rob us of all of our resources before we can even start to act. And we're the third largest party in America, so if we can't do it, nobody can, kind of a thing. And so, like I said, the party spends around $1 million a year, and it's we can change this. And so we've been thinking about how can we do this, and what we've decided is that we at first I was just trying to send out letters to state organizations, state legislators, and trying to get them to act, and they could care less. I went to a Secretary of State convention and talked to the Secretaries of States, and they also seemed to not give a crap, most of them. In fact, several of them said, we like it rigged. We like the fact that you can't participate, and go away, you're bothering me, kid. And so what I realized is that none of these legislators are going to listen to us and change the rules unless there's a grassroots movement, a groundswell across America of hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people basically telling their representatives to go GFY themselves and fix ballot access. And so what I ended up creating with my team, the Voter Choice Foundation, is this Ballots Without Barriers. And what it is a website that you can go to, anybody can go to, and it's very simple. It basically lets you type in your address, and it gives you your state representatives who are representing you, and it will send an email on your behalf letting them know that their ballot access sucks and that you want it changed. It will also, if you would like, send a physical piece of mail, a little flyer, to the representative as well, so you can, and it also gives their phone number. So there's 3 different opportunities to basically do this, and it's a very simple, easy ask. If, we in the Libertarian Party often say, well, what can I do? And people want to participate, but they don't have a lot of time, they don't have a lot of resources. This is a very simple task that anybody can do to be, active in trying to change the system. And so that's sort of what we've created here. Also on the Ballots Without Barrier website, you will see what we've called the ballot tax. And what that is the amount of money that is required for you to start a new party and file to run for Congress. And in many states, it's over $100,000 or more. And I've sort of done the back of the napkin math on the Libertarian Party's ballot access and what is that worth. And my guess is that we are somewhere in the neighborhood of $20 million is the value of the Libertarian Party ballot access, because no other party has anywhere close to what we have, and it is a super valuable asset for the party, basically. So we are launching this. We finally finished the website. It's active. We have over 15,000 registered people who have signed up to be active in different states. But what we're really looking for is champions in each state. And we're looking for people who have done legislation in their state, people who have contacts with legislators that would like to work with Harrison Kemp and our team to basically get this stuff passed. And we know there's people in every state, but I need basically help finding those people, plugging them in, and getting this system really, super active. We're having we're at the convention this year. That's sort of one of our launch things that we're doing. We have a booth at the convention, and we're holding a luncheon for all the state chairs. And you'll be getting invites soon. If you're a state chair, or if you can't attend, send a representative from your state so that you can learn about Ballots Without Barriers, what we're trying to do, how your affiliate can get involved in basically trying to change ballot access in your state. I get calls, weekly almost. I got one today asking me, Lars, can you help us? We've got a candidate that's trying to run in our state, and we need money for petitioning, and can you help us? And I mean, I'd love to help everybody, but my wallet isn't endless, and quite frankly, I find often that if I give too much money away, it actually harms people, because it takes away their ability to basically do the work themselves and learn. And so, but this system right here, what it will do is it will cut the numbers for all those people so that they don't have to come ask me or anybody else for money, right? It gives them autonomy. It gives them the ability to act for themselves without the state oppressing them miserably. So really what we're asking, and the reason I'm here today, is just sort of an information thing so that you know what we're doing. We're launching this. We're going to be doing a large national advertising campaign around this to get lots and lots of people involved, not just libertarians, but Green Party, Forward Party, everybody that is oppressed by the system should be involved in this. And it's coalition building and really, getting things really moving. And so, obviously we're asking for you to help us contact the state chairs, because maybe we don't have every single state chair's information or the correct information. So that's one thing that we're asking. And then maybe just letting the membership at large know that there is this tool out there that could be used to help save the party.
It's the unholy army of the night in the chat. Oh, do we have the drinking game or the bingo?
And
bingo
then I
card.
guess one last thing, and then
Not
I'll open up
up.
for some questions, is we've been working really hard. My team has been working really hard on putting together the most comprehensive ballot access document that's ever basically been made.
Is it a dossier?
It includes, petition dates, petition times.
Lars is a dossier. Come on, make a dossier joke. I know you're a guest, but it's okay.
In each state, and we really have put in hundreds of hours.
This is why the chat should be open.
But I'm going to be passing around this document. I'll send it to Stephen and Paul, and then they can get it out to the membership or to the group here. But we'd also love to have the experts who know their state better than anybody else weigh in on our findings, rip it apart, and tell us if we've screwed up anywhere. But we've had Richard Winger looking it over. We've had Bill Redpath looking it over. We've had a number of people like that have done litigation and have worked even in different groups looking it over. And so we'd love some feedback on that. And with that, I'd love to answer any questions that anybody has.
Lars,
Or do you
first
think it's
up,
left,
I just
Mr. Chair?
no, I think we have 5 more minutes left. I put down 15 minutes.
Yeah,
that was
I did.
15.
Oh,
That was 15?
No, that
when
was.
I gave you the 5, I was signaling that that
yeah.
was fine. There's 5 minutes left.
Yeah, 5 minutes left. But I did want to point out one last thing is that we have already had quite a bit of success with this organization. We got through onto the floor of the Wyoming State House. The proportional representation was discussed on the floor that came through our group of people, and with the help of Pat Ford, we and Harrison Kemp, we have a bill on the State House floor, I believe, and Pat could probably weigh in on this, for Rhode Island right now. And so our goal is to get 3 states ballots changed before 2028, and then once we have that under our belts and have the system in place, we should be able to just continuously beat down these states. And there's like 25 states that are really bad, and the rest of them are, so-so.
I would like to move to extend time for 2 minutes for each speaker that currently has their hands raised.
That is an LNC member.
That is an okay, that is an LNC member because I know we got to get going. That's fair.
Pat?
Second.
Is there a second?
Second.
I
Any
second.
objection? Hearing none. Mr. Ford, go ahead. Pat, you're muted, buddy.
Sorry. Lars, thank you for your commitment to the convention. It's a
like a
huge
great
help,
program, yeah.
and I think it's going to be a great session. So every state should make sure they either have their chair or their vice chair going. Number 2, Harrison did an outstanding job just about a month ago in Rhode Island on the floor testifying. Myself, a member, Harrison testified, and it was on the strength of that testimony. I don't even think you know this yet, Lars, but the ACLU has, it's kind of private, but privately weighed in on the notion
It's a
that
Soros
they're
organization.
open to supporting our legislation. Now, we already have the endorsement of the Secretary of
No.
State.
The
as long as
ACLU is
they
a bunch of
finally told
Soros
us
leftists.
the 1 or 2 mechanical things that we need to do in anticipation of the next session to get this to where they potentially give us their endorsement. So that's the kind of boots on the ground effort that this represents. I've always maintained for the years I've been on the LNC that we need to be putting money into lobbying and legislation in addition to petitioning so that we can eventually wean off petitioning. So Lars, great stuff. Congratulations. And thanks for your efforts here in Rhode Island.
Thank you so much. Paul?
Yes, thank you. I'm very excited about this because
I don't know what you're
ballot
talking about.
access is extremely important to us, and being able to attack that ballot access tax that has been on the party and to reduce and eliminate that is, very exciting for me, and I'm excited that we have something that we can move forward on that in the future.
Thank you. Bill?
I just want to say thanks, Lars. We don't spend, let's say, $1 million per year, but we could. I mean, right now, if we, Illinois, New York, the bad states, and certainly to fully fund ballot access for LP candidates across the nation, it certainly would run $1 million or more per year. But thanks for your efforts here, and they're greatly appreciated.
Thank you.
Lars, I want to say thank you again so very much, and let's stick together and talk some more how we can work together on this. This is a great mission.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me, everybody.
All right. Next is Policy Manual Amendment, Section 104, Financial Standards Committee, motion by Mr. Watkins. Is there a second?
Motion dies for lack of second. Damn it.
Mr. Watkins, would you like to speak to your motion?
Yeah, this is just pretty straightforward. All it does is removes the need for approval by the committee for routine expenses in staff workflows. It keeps the oversight, which I think is probably the most valuable part of that committee. I think it could be consolidated elsewhere, but we are where we are. So this is a very small change, but I think it could alleviate whatever pressure staff may be facing because of it. That's pretty much it.
And just so I understand, the language would remove the $600 limit.
Steven's
that
got
if
his
staff
weights
wants to spend
casually
more than
displayed under the
$600, They
couch.
have to get it approved by the FSC, and the FSC would simply be an advisory committee.
Kyle, can you hear me?
And then
Yes.
they would not only just review any proposed new expenses, but also reoccurring expenses, because things change. You can
But relative
readdress. I don't know if
to
that's
Andrew,
what the
you were very
committee's
quiet.
just kind of doing
That's
now
why
in
I've been
practice, but
having.
this just
That's why
makes
I've
it a
been
little
telling
bit
you to
more
continue
clear.
turning down the volume on the screen.
Okay. Mr.
I
Thompson?
can't hear the stream volume. I hear my tab
I
volume.
guess I'm not sure
That's
what
why
sort
you
of
have to
issue
always hear the
staff has
stream volume.
had, but would it be possible just to adjust the
Gotcha.
$600 figure so that staff isn't getting handicapped with it without kind of invalidating the committee? Because without them having veto power,
Where's some mean-
that kind of removes most of the point
so
of their
mean.
existence, I think.
Why?
Go ahead.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm sorry, I
You're
was
so
gonna say,
mean.
I feel like the committee is something that's time limited, right? Like, I don't think the next LNC is going to have as much of a need for it, but considering that we put them in place for a very good reason, I don't feel like this LNC should remove it if we can avoid it.
Well, I don't think really.
I can bring in my
she's bringing home the
groceries.
groceries, and so you have her boyfriend ready for her.
Past, but I think
I can bring in
at
my
least
groceries
with
in
the
one trip.
Oversight there, it at least helps to mitigate that.
One
And
head of
if
broccoli.
something really is pressing, they could just
One
bring it
yogurt.
straight to the attention of the chair,
Firepowers
executive
combined.
director, or the LNC if it's that urgent. The limit.
See, you're being mean.
I
don't
guess
know why
it
you're
could
being
be
mean.
raised, but I think raising that limit may just defeat the purpose of the committee anyway, which is fine. But I think the oversight itself is good enough. And again, I agree that the next LNC probably won't need it. And having this language, I think, just makes it easier for things to move forward.
Mr. McMahon, then Mr. Koffel. Mr. McMahon?
I just wanted clarification. In what I received, it says expenditures totaling over 6,000 per year. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, so I just wanted to make sure, because I wasn't sure if
I just used the language that was already there.
it was 600.
Oh, did I? Oh, okay, then maybe did I misread what was in the policy manual?
Yeah, it was under consideration totaling over $600 per year to determine their necessity. And you've got it as the FSC shall be informed of and review existing and proposed expenditures totaling
Okay,
over 6,000 per year.
That was just a typo on my part. My apologies.
Okay, that is what I thought. Correct that for you, because I feel like that is going to give a lot of room.
Yeah.
for things. All right, thank you. I've corrected it.
Yep.
Mr. Koffel and Mr. Chatterton. Mr. Koffel?
Evan just raised my issue, so.
Okay.
Thank you for that catch.
Mr. Chatterton?
So yes, I would, I think, echo the need for this change. I think
Does
this
anyone
puts
hear
an undue
tuba
burden
music?
on staff if
That just
matters
me?
are identified by the
Tuba music.
FSC.
Kind of
there
an
should be
oompa
ample means
sounds?
to raise those concerns and have them stopped if
I'm
they
not hearing
are
that.
problematic. And
Whatever Chatterton talks.
Well,
Oh, okay, gotcha. Thank you. Took me a
These
second.
matters have been inherently the duty of the treasurer. The committee does exist, and if we don't have something on the table,
You should
to,
follow him around convention with a tuba.
get rid of it. That this is
We should
the next
pay.
thing,
Can we
and
pay someone to do that? Can we go to
will,
TaskRabbit?
benefit in terms of monitoring and bringing attention to any
Just
potential
follow him around
issues
convention.
for as long as it exists.
I would pay for that. I genuinely would. Just go to TaskRabbit. Find a tuba player.
How close is University of Michigan or Michigan State to Grand Rapids? I'm sure we could pay one tuba player to do
Before
this.
I was on the LNC at the Michigan meeting with
Get
this was
us a
proposed,
sousaphone.
I spoke out kind of against it, but it does exist. I agree that maybe it should stay the way it is, and the next LNC maybe should look at whether or not this is the
Yeah, but
a
Nathan,
good
you don't have it
function,
ready
if
to
there's
go.
a
You gotta
better
have it ready to
mechanism
go.
or something else.
Someone
but maybe we
asks
should
you.
just leave it for the next LNC to decide.
All right, barring any other discussion, we'll go ahead to a vote. Mr. Secretary, whenever you're ready.
It's still cold.
Okay, Mr. Bowler,
No.
And that's why you
Mr.
should
Bost.
go ahead and donate to the Povertarians for Grand Rapids.
Mr. Bost.
Because
so we
clearly,
can get a tuba player to.
I was going to say because Amanda is cold
Mr.
and
Chatterton.
clearly needs a bed jet.
Yeah.
Except this is actually just for actual Povertarians. Amanda
People
does
gonna
not
think
count
you're
as
serious.
Povertarians.
Mr.
I
Dar.
should.
I abstain.
Mr. Dassing.
Kyle's gonna type some kind of joke in the chat. I see him thinking of
Yes.
it. Yeah.
Mr. Ford.
Yes.
Ms. Robson.
Pass.
Mr. Neville.
I am suspicious of this motion.
Mr. Martin.
I am.
No, I was laughing every time someone says nay, and it's not in a like.
It's not. You're not
Specific
supposed
way?
to say nay. It's no.
But it's
It's
no,
I and
but
no.
Doug said nay.
I
And
know.
so all I
but
could think
you're-
of was like horse.
Mr. Coughlin.
Yeah, that's why.
No.
That's why Roberts. You don't say nay. You
Mr.
say no.
Redpath.
I mean, I'm not sure that's why, but
Nay versus say nay.
Mr. Thompson.
No.
Mr. Vincent's not here. Mr. Watkins.
Yes.
Chair
I can't
Nikela.
believe Stephen wanted to
I'll
stick
vote
you with me
last.
for longer. That just
Okay.
sounds like torture.
Mr. Boss.
Maybe he doesn't like me.
Yes.
Ms. Robson.
No.
I couldn't hear you.
No.
I'm going to vote no. Chair Nikela.
I'll abstain.
Mr. Chair, the vote is 6 yes, 7 no, 3 abstentions.
Motion fails. All
right,
right,
guys, only
next
16
up
more
on
motions
the
to get
agenda
through.
is accept Rachel Nelson resignation from IELP
It's not that
Awards
many, but
Committee.
it's a
I'll be
lot.
Passing the gavel off to Mr. Vice Chair Dar.
Austin's going to give some speech about how we shouldn't be on the ILP anyhow.
Mr. Nicola,
Now, Rachel
let
Nelson
me
is
see.
Scott Horton's
First
producer.
hand up, I see to be Rick. Well,
So I don't
if you wish to
exactly
speak
know what
your motion, Mr.
she,
Nicola.
Yeah.
what
Yes.
anyone
Is there a
thought she was
second?
going to be doing on the
there
ILP
a
Awards
second?
Committee anyhow.
I'll second.
All right,
Thank
so
you.
I'll speak to my motion.
Yeah, I and no
The
is clearly
ILP
superior to
currently
yay
has
and
a
nay.
provision that allows the USLP to select up to 2 members for any committee.
Yay!
Right now, there is no
No.
mechanism for the LNC to choose a member for any of these committees. I did choose Miss Rachel Nelson as awards committee. She did resign. Their bylaws require us to accept their resignation. I would like the body at some point to consider language to actually codify how we handle these appointments. Mr. Bowler is currently our liaison for the IELP. He has been for several months now. I have asked Drew Herrera from staff, we all know and love Drew, to be on the comms committee, Brian McWilliams as an alternate. So we do have 2 positions that we can fill. So that is the current makeup, but we will be needing to accept the resignation of Miss Rachel Nelson according to the IELP's bylaws.
Thank you, Mr. Nicola. Mr. Martin.
Yeah. Okay. Let me straighten this out really quickly because this is really concerning. We do not need to accept her resignation because it's not our body. Even if you claim it's our votes, there's no requirement for this. This is just kind of a name and shame. And look.
A name and shame.
You know, you
what?
could have brought this before the committee before you just unilaterally appointed these people for one thing.
This was Scott Horton's
But
producer.
beside
You
the
don't like
point,
her.
This is extremely inappropriate. She stepped back. She's following her conscience, and you're like naming that and bringing it up unnecessarily before the committee. And I think that's inappropriate because if somebody wants to step away from the IALP for the corruption, for the obvious conflicts of interest, they should have a right to do so.
These are unfounded accusations.
Oh, yeah? No, they're very well founded on public information, sir. Why don't you take a look at that? The fact is
Why don't
that
you
if
watch our
somebody
2
wants to
fucking
step
hour
away
video where we
from an
busted the
organization
shit out of
they
your
disagree
dossier
with,
because it
it
was
is
overwhelmingly
absolutely their right
bullshit.
to do so, and then sitting here and harassing and naming and shaming someone, that's what it seems like
It's
to me.
as ridiculous
And I
as
just
you
think it's
calling me a
extremely
part of.
Oh yeah.
fucking-
Oh no, Mr. Tubman, naming and
Those are-
shaming.
If
You're the
somebody
one
wants to
who's
step away from the
putting up
ILP and
bullshit about it
publicly announce
in
their
the dossier that is
that's
not
their
correct.
prerogative. But for
This
you to
isn't
drag
shaming
that in front of
anyone.
the national committee.
That's
as
Rich.
if
You're
we
talking about
need
naming and
to
shaming.
approve it. What? Like we're gonna reject it? Like we're gonna prevent her from resigning?
Well, then shut up and we'll do it.
I object to the
Please
consideration
come to
of this
order.
question.
Please come to order. Those that are
I
speaking.
object to the consideration of the question, Mr. Chair. Is there a second?
No,
Sorry,
there's not. There's
need to
not a
unmute
second.
myself. Yes, you object to consideration of the question. Is there a second to objection to consideration?
Yes.
I have a point of order. I believe it's too late to object to the consideration of the motion as it has been moved and seconded and we are on discussion.
This is
That
correct.
is correct. Debate has begun. Objecting to consideration.
I'm just
cannot
going to
be
appeal
made
the
at that
ruling of the
point.
chair.
Thank you.
Can we substitute? Can I propose an amendment then to substitute Rachel Nelson's name for Stephen? Are you on that committee?
No, he's not.
You're not on any ILP committee? That's a bummer. It'd be nice to change that to your resignation. Oh well. We could change ILP to LNC. All in favor? Any seconds?
That order at this moment. It's a special meeting, Mr. Martin. That's a completely different item of business. Thank you.
Not germane. Understood, Chair. Thank you.
Understood. Thank you. Ms. Robson.
Hi. So all I wanted to say is to that, I believe that having to accept resignations is completely un-libertarian. It's like you're not a slave. However, unfortunately, most organizations, including this one, and R1R, say that you have to accept resignations. So I would hope that we could just get through this, not debate it much,
Agreed.
accept her resignation because she has other things to do and get on with the rest of our lives. So thank you.
Thank you. Let me see, Mr. Chatterton.
If I can ask, was this body consulted to appoint for any of these ILP positions?
You voted on it, you
No, as I
motherfucker!
mentioned, I made the appointments. There's no current mechanism right now for the LNC to make appointments or how we handle these matters. That is something that the body can take up at any time.
That will be the role of International Solidarity Committee.
So I guess my
in the new
point would
bylaws.
be then, if the body wasn't had this brought before it in the first place, I don't think this is then the body that appointed it. I mean, I guess if your point is that you did so as on behalf of the LNC and that
I'd like to have
capacity,
something
but,
brought before my body this evening.
I take issue with the fact that it's being done kind of.
Considering Andrew Chatterton's talking, there's no world where I can
this was not
consider
brought
that
before
one.
us for a vote. We do have a mechanism. It's called a vote. And if it was appointed on behalf of this body, that's how that should have been brought for us. And the fact that it was not done at the start, I think, gives credence to the fact that this is not procedurally proper. I did not see anything in the ILP bylaws that calls for.
When did you look at the ILP bylaws, Andrew? Come on, you can't read.
So
I didn't see. I didn't see anything in the.
Thank you, Mr.
In
Chatterton.
the Michelin bylaws about this
Is it
either,
possible that I can call the question?
except
Please,
that
did
you
you
would
say
represent them as the
question has been
Michelin
called?
man.
Is there a second calling for the question?
Oh,
Second.
yes. Mine. I second.
All right. Is there any opposition to calling
Doubling
the
as a
question?
Goodyear blimp, by the way, which is a conflict of interest.
I'll say one thing, if I may, Mr. Chair. I just wanted to
Point of
defend a
order. The
fellow
question has
state
been
chair.
called. The question has been called. This is out of order.
I just wanted to object to the fact that
it's still out of order.
This is one of our
That
state
doesn't
chairs
change the
that
fact
I've,
that it's out of
as
order.
part of my region, recently
See,
resigned.
this is
and
on-
this has got to feel like
Mr.
teeth
On the
in hand or
LNC,
neck.
I am just going to
Not
cut them
letting
up.
the
This
debate-
is out of
question
order.
You're not the
that-
chair, Mr. McGee. Shut up.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Martin. The question has been called. We'll be going to a vote on the matter.
Like, there's a part of me here that wants to be like, Paul, you've got to shut people the fuck up. The other part of me is like, if Stephen was acting as chair, he wouldn't shut them up either. So
Yeah, but he should.
And that's true.
Mr.
But
Bowler.
this goes back to
Yes.
the point we've made over and over and over about, and Georgeman
Mr.
made this
Bowler.
point earlier. The idea that we're going to get
Yes,
some
and I thank
magical
Rachel for her
LNC
service.
is just
Mr.
nonsense.
Excuse
You
me.
have to have
excuse
a
me.
board.
Thank you to Rachel.
Excuse me, I'm running for vice
You're not
chair.
the entire LNC.
Just
And if we
wait.
measure, and if we measure
you want me to
the
come back to
the
Mr. Vice
LNC
Chair?
by mass, even if it's you and one other person, you're
Mr.
still not a
Dassey.
person.
What if it's
No.
me and Andrew Chatterton?
Mr. Ford.
then you are 0% of the board. That's my point. It is black hole versus
Ms. Robson.
literally sink.
Yes.
Mr. Neville.
Aye.
Mr. Martin.
So you're saying that my negative mass would like suck in
I like
his
Rachel
positive
so
mass.
much that if you're asking me to vote to
No,
accept
black
her
hole suck
leaving,
things in.
that's hard. But I'm a libertarian, so I just have to abstain because I want to say no.
Thank you, Mr. McGee.
Actually, abstain.
I vote yes. Mr. Koffel.
Yes.
Treasurer Redpath.
Yes.
Mr. Thompson.
Yes.
Mr. Watkins.
I appreciate Miss Rachel, and I vote no.
She
Mr.
tendered
Nikela.
her resignation.
yes.
That's
Vice Chair Dar.
I appreciate the service of Miss Nelson and vote yes.
That's correct.
Mr. Vice Chair, the vote is 11 yes, 2 noes, and 3 abstentions.
Motion passes. Next item of business.
okay, guys.
Initiate
rock and
retainer
roll.
from Barnaby and Cabot PLC from Legal General.
Barnaby and Cabot. I think it's probably Barnaby and Cabot.
The mover of the motion.
Do people not know how to pronounce words? This is,
Is there a
and
second?
I've heard like 11 pronunciations
Yes,
of
is there a
dossier this
second?
week,
Second.
Yo, sure.
and I've only
Barnaby,
talked to
seconded,
3
Chair
people.
Nikela.
In order to exact accountability, I move the following motion. That's all I've got.
Thank you, Chair Nikela. Mr. Ford. Mr. Ford's hand is down. I think that was an artifact. Mr.
The
Chatterman.
LNC should not be like the god of anything. That's kind of the whole
yes,
problem with the concept of the strong
so-
chair model. That's the
Unless
problem.
we
with
see
everyone's
another
on it,
smaller
then it
LNC.
should be.
governance here intended to enact personal political agendas. This is now the second or third attempt by this body to try to circumvent its own adopted opinions that this matter was not a
I
good
think the best
financial
pitch for me as vice
consideration,
chair is probably
and
just my reactions
given that the
during these
basis for these,
streams.
this
Just
potential
imagine
suit
that.
are
but on
derived
the
from a
national
report that has
committee.
been demonstrably shown to be conflicted and therefore should be void, despite the obstruction by several members of this body to consider the documented evidence of that.
My body is an
We now
obstruction.
again are seeing an additional attempt to work around.
What is it obstructing? What
our
is small
budget
enough for you to
processes
obstruct?
While we have seen
You're so
legitimate
mean.
hurdles
Capillaries?
thrown for the legitimate legal matters that this body has a fiduciary duty to pursue, we see the chair
Use the
manipulating our
duty.
processes and attempting to put this forward without sufficient legal or financial
God.
allocation to this matter.
If I didn't want
We
to get
heard
thrown
from
Andrew
out of
Chatterton
this
Secretary,
is
meeting,
not
as
one
a
to be
member
talking
of the
about
litigation committee, that this
financial
matter
allocation.
will cost
right?
50K at least, or at least 50K at least.
Hold on, I'm
which
gonna
I think
start
is a
laughing.
very low estimation for the matter and probably likely to far exceed that amount.
I
And
will
yet
also
again,
open up the
after
chat,
multiple
everyone.
attempts to do so, we again see only
As vice
attempts
chair.
to pull this to $10,000. Despite
If I have to
further
arm wrestle
speaking that
Rob or
at the
Evan to do it.
December LNC budget meeting that it was moved to incorporate $65,000.
God, I wish
matter
there was
into
some
the
public
budget,
comment
which
right
would be
now.
a far
I would
more
ask,
realistic
why
estimation
is it,
of those costs,
fucking
and it did
Andrew,
not
that
receive
you
a
were willing to
second.
steal 38
So
grand
this
from your
body
state,
has
have
outright
$6,000 that completely disappeared
denied
from your
to fund
state,
this matter through proper
fuck
channels
Derek
and
Scott for
realistic estimations,
Alexa
and
brings
$25,000,
up a good
and you're
point,
trying
though.
to fuck us all again.
Alexa brings up a good point. What is my bingo card spot?
for that budget?
Because
by
I think
putting forward
it's
this
probably
small
something
amount
like
It's-
Amanda.
It's got to be the
to,
gratis
start
spot
this
because you can't actually take up anything on the
without
board.
Sufficient funding, so that we will be obligated to continue funding it.
It's
without
the
having
same
to go on
joke. You
paper
just keep
now
telling
to
different iterations of the
acknowledge that
same
fact.
joke.
Furthermore, I believe
I
this
think
is an
mine is
attempt
something
to
like,
undermine our litigation by attempting to drain available funds that would be needed
Amanda
to,
has either had
pursue
far too much or
critical
far too
litigation
little
that we
amphetamine.
are, as I mentioned earlier, I
And
believe
it's
under
obvious.
fiduciary responsibility to pursue. This would pull from our general legal budget, which is I don't think any specific items allocated, though I have just put forward a request for co-sponsors for new information that has come forward in our previous trademark case in New Mexico, or I'm sorry, in Michigan, which will be used by the case in New Mexico as precedent and is currently being undermined by the defendants in that case, who have actively sought to basically nullify
trying to
that
help you
ruling
be more
through apparent
creative,
court
Kyle.
matters. So this would be a very irresponsible matter for us to allocate new funding for something this body has already identified as a poor consideration
Nathan,
to pursue.
I'm
and has
choosing to interpret
specifically
that
given
question as a
conditions that it
reference
only be
to
pursued
size
if we
question
receive
or
pro bono
statement.
representation
Why
or earmarked
are we
donations
not?
to
Why
support
is this
it.
not
And
an
not only
After
have
Dark
neither
episode?
of those happened,
It
Because
always
like
we are
is. It's after
deliberately
a
dark.
good friend is
undercutting the
over.
costs
He
here
brought
to
me a
get us
fucking bottle of
permitted down this path
Hibiki.
where we know that we will have
And
My
additional
facial
expenses
I'd love to be
that we would
expressions
then
chugging
have to
alcohol right now.
support to continue to
my
maintain
facial
this road.
expressions do have
This is
subtitles. It's true, so
irresponsible.
that might be a good
This is an
one.
attempt to circumvent our
My facial
normal
expressions are the
approval mechanisms to
subtitles.
hide the true cost of this litigation and to enact personal political agendas and conflicts of interest that should have no place amongst this board's governance.
You have no place amongst this board. Your own
Thank you,
state
Mr.
hates you.
Chatterton.
The people who have to deal with you every day are the ones that hate you the hardest.
Mr.
Fuck you, Andrew Chatterton.
Let me see.
Oh my
Mr.
god.
Martin's next up in order.
Kyle's really upset ever since
Mr.
Andrew
Chair,
rejected him.
Mr. Chair, Mr. Secretary, I'd like to propose an amendment, but I'd like to speak a little bit to it before I get to it. Mr. Chatterton
Vice
raises
Chair
some
arm
good
wrestles the
points
chair.
about good governance and the issues with trying to not fund rather this litigation against former chair, and the conflicts on that versus no payout, all the issues there. Compared to the real items of business that we have on the table. Cash is not infinite. In fact, it's something we really need to work to conserve. So I had an idea.
So you shouldn't blow over $100,000 in this New Mexico lawsuit
this
then.
motion from
Especially when they're already talking and there's a path
kind of
forward
more
so
irresponsible
that everyone can
motion
make
that's
money.
politically
So maybe the
motivated
people
to
who are
increase
fucking in
infighting
poverty,
and cause
who
more
have been
division
blowing the money for their
into
own
something that
states,
actually
who
would
don't
really
understand
help
how to not
us.
steal
And
from their
my
own
thought
members,
is
should shut the
we
fuck up and let the
change
adults at the table do things.
Group to whom the amount is being budgeted to IP Fresh, and so we'll just put in a little bit more, since as we heard from the New Mexico matter, it's very likely that it will need more. There's 2 causes of action, right, that we're considering, and it's necessary
not
that
surprising.
we should,
When someone's stealing all your money for their
fund
actual
that.
normal
So
life, of course
why
they don't mind
I
stealing
would
your money
propose an
for to go after
amendment
places that want to
that
give
would
you money.
change it so that the
Nonsense.
funding goes to IP Fresh instead of to a Democrat law firm. Is there a second?
No, and you can't propose new motions in the middle of a motion that's being debated.
Motion to amend has been made and
Oh, if it's an
seconded,
amendment, that's a different thing.
but this is a special meeting. Trying to consider if that amendment is
It's not a
in
friendly
the.
It's in order.
It's in order.
Mr. Chair, yes,
You can-
it is in order.
Okay, thank you.
You can amend a motion. However, I do believe that 2 things. The motion as stated was to change the name of who to pay to IP Fresh. I'd point out that IP Fresh is not agreed and doesn't specialize in civil litigation for this purpose. And 2, that an attempt to completely gut the
Arkansas?
motion
Is that when you kill someone
would
from
not be
Arkansas?
germane.
Pardon me, Mr.
You can vote it
Secretary.
down.
I'm serious.
Mr. Secretary, it would be entirely germane to change the law firm that's intended for these funds because it's a budget allocation intended to sue one person, and we can simply swap it out for suing another. That's entirely germane to the motion. So I would appreciate it if we could just
Sure.
proceed.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Martin. Continuing further, please raise
There was a
hands
sassy
to,
Evan.
Debate
Okay.
the current amendment.
Okay, little buddy.
Mr. Ford, is your hand raised for the current amendment?
No, I want to go back to the original, so call me then. Thank you.
Okay. Let me see, Mr. Bowler.
Yeah, I just wanted to second Mr. McMahon's interpretation because the motion would read, move to initiate a retainer with IP Fresh in the amount of $10,000 from the legal general budget line for the purpose of initiating civil litigation against former Chair Angela McCardle. So more than just the name would need to be amended. Thank you.
Point of information, Mr. Chair, Mr. Secretary, how much time is left on this item?
50 years.
There's like 4 people now, Chuck, that have asked about the bingo card, and I keep trying to.
I'm
get
the
it,
first
and I'm
one.
not
I
hearing
want the bingo
2
card.
minutes
I
and
want the bingo
37
card.
seconds.
I move to
Alexa,
amend
do you
the
have the bingo
amendment
card?
to include the language for civil litigation against New Mexico.
You weren't recognized yet, Mr. Martin.
In
Mr.
New
Chatterton.
Mexico. In New Mexico.
Mr. Chatterton, you were up next.
Perhaps as a means of considering a more germane amendment that we would consider an amendment to include also Mr. Redpath, given that
Oh, so
he
I
has
wasn't entirely
admitted to
wrong.
conducting
Sweet.
identical offenses to
Kyle.
what Miss McCardle is.
What?
Kyle wasn't entirely wrong. Look about
But what?
Arkansas. About Arkansas.
So, Mr. Chatterton,
Yes?
you're
Yes.
moving an
Yeah.
amendment to the amendment. to add
Why are we
in-
killing electricity?
By the way, I object to that. That is not so.
Arkansas.
add Mr.
Not all. I should clarify to Mr. Redpath's objections. Not every. He did not admit to every violation to which she is accused, but one of the pivotal ones, which was an undisclosed. I don't know. It's available on YouTube and can be found on the public list. If anyone has further questions that want to see when he admitted to taking undisclosed funds with the LNC.
Well, I do not agree to that.
Mr. Secretary, Mr. Chair, I object to the interpretation of my amendment language. While I'm off the cuff, it's pretty clear that I intended to change the path of that litigation, and I made it clear in my description that it would be against.
It's not his
the
job to
New Mexico
mind read
matters.
what you actually
However,
wanted
that
the
was
amendment
not
to
carried
say.
over in the language, and
You have to
that
use your big boy words, which I know is
mistake was
difficult
basically
because you talk through
exploited
an
to
LLM all the
undermine
time.
the spirit of my motion. I would appreciate it if the record could reflect that I was asking for civil litigation in New Mexico. So $10,000.
Mr. Chair,
budget
point
to
of
IP
order.
Fresh.
Mr. Chair, point of
Thank
order.
you.
IP Fresh.
Mr.
In
Chair,
New
point of
Mexico.
order.
Point of order.
Bring
And I
the
believe
member
that's
to
what
order.
you can't change what we're voting on based on what you wish I said.
That is correct. You
How
can't
about
change
you
what we're voting on.
actually
subsequently.
said the words that came out of your mouth, and I even asked.
Yeah, but you
I
made an
even
omission.
asked, and you said,
Mr.
IP
Secretary,
Fresh, change
you
the
made
name.
an omission. You ignored a critical part of what I said for your personal benefit.
Okay.
I would
Oh my
appreciate
God.
it if you would put on the screen what I asked us to be voting on and is motioned
Send
and
it in
seconded
writing.
in front of this body.
A lot of fun,
You want me to send
Andy.
it in writing right now?
We're
I'm
past
not
the fun
required
part
to
now.
workshop your motion to amend for you.
I just said it. It's few words. If you're sandbagging, I will
Fine.
happily send you text.
They're
Which
trying
would
to
you
change the
prefer?
motion
I
to
call out
retain a
previous
firm
question.
to sue
We're
Angela
out of
to a
time.
motion to retain
So-
a
we're
different
out of
firm to
time.
It needs to
sue New
reflect the
Mexico.
vote properly.
Point of order.
We're actually on the amendment to the amendment.
There was no second
Correct.
to Mr.
Yes, there was.
Chatterton's amendment.
No,
Not
there
Mr.
wasn't.
Chatterton's amendment. No, there wasn't.
Point of order.
You're correct.
I believe the language that was moved and seconded was moved to initiate a retainer with Fresh IP in the amount of $10,000 from the legal general budget line for the purposes of initiating litigation against former Chair Angela McCarley. Yep,
That is correct.
Okay.
Please,
That was the
please
other
excuse me. I specified that I intended
You
to
did not.
change
You
the
specified
target and
afterward.
pathway of that litigation. I specified that and made it clear before I made my
That is
motion.
not how
Would
you
you
make
like
an
to
amendment.
Interpret it
change
this way
Mr.
is
Martin!
doing violence against my language.
You know,
You didn't
Mr. Secretary,
use.
it'll be.
No,
you'll find
Amanda!
if you just-
He's
I
doing
was going to ask if
violence.
he would like to rule and ask me to.
It's like the freshman that asked my
correct for
advisor
Mr.
one
Martin
time whether he was doing
his
ontological
amendment.
violence to
That
a
is my
concept, and I
view.
was like, I'm
Thank
gone,
you,
guys.
Mr. Chair.
In the amount of
He was
$10,000 from the legal
Proposing a new ontology. That's all ontological violence. That's the entire point of his
Mr.
writing.
Martin,
For
would
use
support,
in New Mexico.
if you would shut up
That's all.
for the purpose of supporting the New Mexico litigation.
That works.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
In the future, I do really appreciate written motions in the cases where there's specifics. That's not a critique of anyone. It's just I like the clarity of it when it's not a small item. All right.
Typo.
All questions
Your
being
cease and
called.
litigation.
Well, we're out of time.
We're out of time, so we would immediately move to the amendment and then.
What are
to
you
the main
doing, Kyle?
motion.
That is correct.
No further
I'm making the
discussion.
bingo board so
I'm
everyone
ready
can
to
play,
call the
and
roll
I'm
on
fixing the
the
things
amendment.
that can't happen
Why
anymore.
are you
with
being
Jim
so
Wiley
mean?
showing up.
Mr.
Why are you being so
Secretary.
mean?
Point of order, I had my
Ask
hand
me for
raised.
a favor. I'm doing you a
We're out of
favor.
time.
Took it down
I
for
want to be
purpose of
drinking.
the
I want to be
amendment. I'd
drunk.
still like to have my
drinking.
voice heard for the main question.
Was wollen wir
I stipulated
trinken?
to that.
If we go
Uh,
past
at a
midnight,
time.
I'll start drinking.
But we're out of time.
Midnight my
Mr.
time.
Board.
All right, I'll make a motion to extend the time by 1 minute.
Objection.
I'll second.
I'd like to be heard, that's all. I'll be brief.
1 minute, Mr. Ford? Can you,
It's
Mr.
literally 1
Chair,
minute.
give him 1 minute?
If without objection, I would like to give him 1 minute. Not hearing any, Mr. Ford.
Okay, briefly, the reason why I object to the main motion, it ties directly into my attitude of behavior on New Mexico. I don't believe this party's in a position where, when negotiation is possible, to constantly enter into litigation. It's
I have it,
financially
Alexa. I'm just
imprudent.
trying to fix the
We're on
things.
short money. We've got a lot of obligations to fulfill, including a new hire tonight. Therefore, I will be opposing this, the main motion, which is to pursue yet another lawsuit for the same reason I always have, because we just don't have the money, and we could possibly win the lawsuit and lose the money battle significantly with no hopes of recovery. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ford. All right, going to the vote on the amendment. Mr. Secretary.
Experiencing time dilation as a result of this meeting.
Mr. Bowler.
To the amendment? No.
All right, everybody. Here you go. Here's
Wait, it's
the
in the
bingo
middle. It's in the middle
card.
of the vote. It's in the middle of a vote. First, let's have it. Okay.
It's in the chat. Crazy woman.
Mr. Bost.
I mean, I agree with the language, so yes.
Mr. Chatterton.
Yes.
Mr. Vice Chair, would you want me to come back to you?
Yes, please come back to me.
Mr. Dassing. Mr. Dassing.
Yes.
Mr. Ford.
Yes.
I'm sorry, what, Mr. Ford?
They can just do an amendment to the amendment that changes the language back. This could go on all night.
Pass.
Mr. Nebel.
Nay to the amendment.
Mr. Martin.
Yes to supporting states.
Mr.
over
McGee.
anything.
Thank you, Evan.
Mr. McGee.
Nay. Sorry, Mr. Martin talked over me.
Yep. I vote no. Mr. Koffel.
No.
Treasurer Redpath.
No.
Mr. Thompson.
No.
Oops.
It's been taxed, Alexa, for the good
Mr.
of the people.
Watkins.
Yes.
Chair Nikela.
No.
Mr. Ford.
They haven't had
What's the
time to
vote
read the
count?
report, guys.
Please.
5 yes.
They can't make an informed decision.
No.
I'll abstain. Thank you.
Ms. Robson.
Honestly, we need to make a bingo for like
No.
Austin speaks in order because that makes it more difficult.
Let me see. My vote doesn't matter in this case. I'll abstain.
Mr. Vice
Why?
Chair, the vote
Why?
is 5 yes, 9 no, 2 abstention.
Optics
on the
are a
amendment.
thing. The vote doesn't matter, but the
That,
optics do.
Amendment fails. We're back to the main motion and the vote on that.
Give me 1 second, please,
The
sir.
vote they're on. Guys, the ILP motion is coming up next. If anyone on the LNC is watching this, I will gladly come on to answer questions about it. If that's, something that y'all can move, I would have a lot of
Also-
fun with that. I'm the regional vice chair North America for the ILP. I would
I'm just
enjoy
saying,
this. Please give me this
Also,
moment.
once the vote fails, you should invite Amanda on to dab on them haters.
Yeah,
Because I
also,
would love to see Amanda try to dab.
I can dab.
On
There's a
them
picture of me dabbing. You saw a picture of me dabbing with a stick bug dabbing on a t-shirt.
Okay, we are on to the main motion, which is as submitted.
I like stick
Mr.
bugs.
Bowler.
Yes.
Mr. Bost. Mr. Bost.
No, out of financial concern.
Mr. Chatterton.
No.
I'm going to come back to you, Vice Chair Dar.
Yes, please. Okay.
Mr. Dassing.
No.
Mr. Ford.
Did Pat Ford pass?
No.
I missed that one.
Ms. Robson,
You know, out of context, that's kind of a
Mr.
terrifying
Neville.
thing to read on a live stream.
Aye.
I was confused for a
Martin.
little bit. It's like, really, what? Who are we
I
going to
don't
book the
think
suite with?
Chatterton.
Mr. Mc,
I don't think Chatterton's been out of order so far.
I vote yes. Mr. Koffel,
Yes.
Treasurer Redpath,
Yes.
Mr. Thompson,
Yes.
Mr. Watkins,
No.
Vice Chair or Chair Nikela.
Yes.
Don't resolutions require 2/3, whereas motions are just simple majority? So
Thompson.
why would Austin
I abstain.
make the ILP thing a resolution rather than a
Vice Chair
motion?
Dar.
It's all
Once
grandstanding,
again, it
guys.
looks like my vote doesn't matter, so I'll abstain.
It's all grandstanding. If you want this to
Mr.
happen, it'd be
Chair,
motion.
The vote is 8 yes, or Mr. Vice Chair, the vote is 8 yes, 6
I'm happy to
no,
be corrected
and
on
2
that, by the way,
abstentions.
Motion passes. I
All right.
pass the gavel back to Chair Nikela.
Come on,
Mr.
guys.
Chair, I move to adjourn.
Second.
Objection.
There's been a motion to adjourn and second.
You guys are so corrupt. with your
Object
words.
to a motion to
Mute
adjourn.
Mr. Martin, you're speaking out of
Of
turn.
course.
You don't need to mute me, sir.
Okay, we
Alright.
can censor you on the email ballots and deal with
Have
that.
fun.
We could sentry on the email
Mr.
ballots. Yeah,
McMahon,
you
please
can.
take it
No, you
to
can't.
That was
Well,
Andrew
Why are you
Chatterton speaking
working
out of
with
order.
foreign governments, Mr. Chair?
Oh, Nikela mispronounced a
Why are
word
you
earlier.
working with
Mr.
foreign
Secretary.
I'm
governments?
about to
Please
get
mute
on and
Mr.
start
Martin.
talking again.
Corrupt.
Oh, allegations of leftist infiltration were made. That was part of the globalist agenda. We've got like so many freaking bingos at this point. It's ridiculous. We're up to 4.
Corrupt and cowardly.
Shut the
Point
fuck
of
up.
order. Please
I'm gonna
bring
go on
them
screen.
in.
Just have a
Hey,
good
listen,
time.
I'll start kicking everybody out that starts flying insults.
Because you're a tyrant working for a foreign government.
Point of order. Please bring the member to order.
So are you.
Please bring the member to order.
Jesus. I agree with Keith's laughter. You're forgetting, Nathan. We also have the diagonal.
Everyone just noticed we just saw the text on the screen for the motion to censor the chair for his conflicts of interest. and
Mr.
Censure.
Chatterton, you're
Not
not recognized.
censure.
Proper
Please
governance
Not
decisions.
censor.
Please mute Mr. Chatterton.
You can't do that.
Objection. Stop muting members
Mute Mr.
without.
Martin.
Stop speaking out of turn.
You stop speaking
Mute
out
him
of turn.
again.
I haven't spoken a damn word.
Have a vote. Believe in voting? Election fraud?
We're voting right now.
Austin Martin is
Chair,
Hillary
I'm ready
Clinton
to
needs to be
take
on
the
this bingo.
vote.
Go ahead.
Mr. Bullock,
Yes.
Mr. Bost,
So
Yes.
for the next one,
Mr.
this
Chatterton,
the bingo
No.
lets us have additional things in the bottom.
Vice Chair Dar,
I'll have the actual board set up and
Yes.
put the bingo links out for everybody.
I've got
Mr.
additional
Dassing.
things in my bottom.
Mr. Dassing, Mr. Ford,
In honor of Mr. Dar, I don't want this to ever end, so I'll vote no.
Ms. Robson,
Yes.
Mr. Neville,
Aye.
Mr. Martin,
You're a cowardly and corrupt little slime bag, each one of you on this committee, and it's disgusting.
what's your
Have
vote, Mr.
fun.
Martin?
Fuck you.
What's your vote? Okay, no vote.
I think you voted yes.
Um,
I heard yes at the end.
actually, I believe Mr. Bracco. Let me scroll back up to there. Mr. Bracco, are you voting for Mr. Dassing?
I assume so. If it will count, then I would like to vote no.
Mr. McGee,
Ah. Oh God, Cy is right after Amanda's heart here.
I vote yes. Mr.
What did I
Koffel,
say?
Libertarians with feelings are the worst.
Mr. Red.
They. Oh my gosh, they so are.
Yes. I told you he's after your heart.
Yes.
So I want to get married.
Mr. Watkins,
Too late. He is.
So
So unfortunately, in this
Watkins.
country, they don't allow any polygamy
let's say a
marriages.
few things right now.
is Mr. Watkins still here?
I don't see him.
I said
Okay, Mr.
specifically
Michaela?
marriages.
Yes.
Point of order, potentially, Mr. Secretary.
Yes, Mr. Tone.
Since
Point of order potentially is
Region
not.
1's agreements, since Mr. Martin is not voting and appears to have left the meeting, actually, could I vote in his place?
Yes, I believe that is in order with your agreement.
Okay, I will be voting no.
Okay.
Yeah, just leave that typing just like that.
Is Mr. Watkins in the room? Mr. Watkins? Okay.
He appears to have left.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Chair, the vote is 11 yes, 4 no's.
All right, the ayes have it. We are adjourned at 9:41 p.m. Thank you very much, everybody. See you in Grand Rapids.
Keep all the corruption behind
See
the
you in
curtain.
Grand Rapids, folks.
The
You
recording
can't sue
has
your
stopped.
way to ideological credibility, and IP laws are fake and gay, no matter who we're suing.
Fraud's fake and gay too. So
It
Hey,
is.
so
Fighting
is
fraud.
Gay is
It's-
not an insult.
So is
There's
another
nothing
Fighting-
gay, please.
So is
Fighting
Octio Law.
fraud
What about
is
Octio Law trying to
libertarian.
sue journalists for being
Fighting
journalists?
fraud is
Trying to get them to reveal
libertarian,
their
and supporting
confidential
it and
sources.
covering
that
for
try to
it
get
Cannot
them-
is
say that things we don't
unlibertarian.
like are gay.
Yeah, like it's like
This is hilarious to me because
It's
there
like-
is never in the
it's-
history of
it's
time
like-
been a more
Supporting
fraudulent
and
human being than
enabling
Andrew
fraud
Saturday.
is
He's not even human.
unlibertarian.
He is a fraud
No,
as a
are we
human.
doing like-
I'm so glad I'm
Wow.
part of a party where it's just full of adults who know how to behave themselves. It's so great.
Yeah.
I feel like you're an adult by
Guys, Sam's lost it.
cover for fraud. Yeah.
So we'll be dropping the IP lawsuit against New Mexico then, right? Also, why did you sue the Michigan folks for IP fraud if that's like somehow not libertarian? That seems a little odd.
I
Imagine
said
being
that.
such a loser that all you can do is cause endless disruption because you know your caucus is flailing and failing. No
Is
one wants
embezzlement
to-
libertarian? Just a question.
Like the
No one
Mises
wants to
caucus.
put, like,
The Mises
no one
caucus.
wants to support them because
Do we
of-
still
they-
should we
they
still
have
be
no
here?
principles. No one will vote
You mean
for
the
them
meeting
anymore. All they
or
can do
the
is
live
cause
stream?
endless
Yeah.
disruption and
But which one?
try to stall the
Meeting.
LNC as long as they can.
The Mises caucus celebrated the sitting
I'm kind of
president
enjoying.
as
Chat,
he murdered
Unholy Army,
children
are you enjoying
overseas.
this?
So they can shut the fuck up forever about anything corrupt.
Anti-war rally, a rage against the war
Sai, where's
machine
my
they
check?
helped elect rally.
Oh, my Soros
Yeah,
check.
you know, and also of course they have to say, oh, we're definitely down to stop the Epstein list, but also we can get somebody like Ian Freeman off while he says kids can consent to sex. Sure. Like those should be our champions, right? Those are enemies of the state. They sound like they're on the Epstein list.
Ian Freeman's one of the most principled and courageous libertarians out there. I really wish we wouldn't talk bad about him.
I really wish he wouldn't have said kids can consent to sex with adults.
Well, who's a kid?
Okay, cool.
Heaven's face.
No, seriously, who is a kid? Do you believe in arbitrary age limits that treat
He
people as
he
members
thinks
of groups?
he
rather
thinks
than
they
as
should been able to do it at 13. Do you agree with that?
Shouldn't this be up to the individuals and families?
Hey,
not the
Evans?
state?
Ooh, we should have left the Epstein victims up to the families. That would have been better.
Yes,
Those were
Mr. Scott?
14-year-olds.
Dear God, tell me we're not talking about this again.
What's that, Mr.
Age
Scott?
of consent is
Those
worse
things that I
than
think just
IP.
needs to not be brought up.
What's up, Mr. Scott?
You're welcome,
Chuck.
Chuck.
Ask, like, what they were talking about the IP thing and everything. What can
Nothing.
I
It
talk
was
about?
it was an attempt to prevent the lawsuit against Angela from moving forward.
Yeah.
Okay, I was totally confused
Yeah,
about all that.
that's all that was.
Sorry.
Honestly,
Yeah,
what
they
you-
are so
We're
so
over 2
desperate
hours.
to pretend that she didn't.
We got over 2 hours
$200,000
before the
in
timer.
Party funds.
What
It's pathetic at this point. Like
what
she
you-
doesn't even
Really?
deny that she took it. She just tries to justify it by saying that they.
7:30 to 9:30 is all we had to hit.
What you should have done.
That's more than 2 hours.
Because I know you were yelling. That was good. What you should have done is just played the Chatterton card and shouted dilatory, out of order. Like, do that a lot until they like get tired.
I
I think naming and shaming Angela is good. I think she did basically steal the money, but I don't like the lawsuit. I don't think that suing other libertarians is a good use of our funds and what we should be doing, turning to state government courts.
Awesome.
I really
So
don't.
we can
I
expect.
agree with Starchild on that one completely.
We can expect both of your statements against Octio Law and their litigation and weird actions against Liberty Sentries. Then their weird emails.
I'm not sure what you're talking about, Jeremiah, but feel free to email.
So
oh yeah, go ahead.
yeah,
5 minutes, and I'll be ending the meeting just so everybody knows.
Liberty Sentries is a journalistic outlet. I'm friends with the
Can you
people
turn on the
behind
chat, Evan, and leave us to talk as long as we wish?
And
No,
ultimately,
because when I leave the meeting, it ends.
Gone. Yeah.
And-
Mr. McMahon.
and ultimately,
can
good
you
night,
co-host
y'all.
somebody so it can stay on?
No.
And ultimately, Liberty Sentries has been emailed by Octio Law to try and force them
You in the chair.
to reveal their confidential sources.
You can require that any motion be put in writing, any main or motion or amendment.
I also
Which
received
is
an email.
against Libertarian Party. Yeah. And Amanda received one. Karen received one, if I understand correctly. Plenty of people have received one just for talking about it. So if we're going to talk about not suing people and not bringing legal action, maybe the LP shouldn't be retaining lawyers to try and intimidate people for speaking the fucking truth. We should start there.
Are you proposing to do that consistently, Jeremiah, to not have the LP sue other libertarians?
Oh, I said we should start there.
Really
If
quickly,
the LP is...
just really quickly,
If they
because
stole
this
membership
is gonna
funds,
shut
that's
down.
different than if they just reported on obvious problems with, say, the membership database. that they
I
were
agree
given.
there's a difference, Rose. I do agree there's a difference, but I
Hey,
still
just
feel
really
like
quickly,
you know,
because this
naming
is
and
gonna shut
shaming and
down.
keeping people out of the leadership who do these egregious things would be, to my mind, a better approach than taking it to government courts. That's all.
Not getting our money back, not having any consequence for the person who did it. Just you
It's
did a
gonna
bad
cost-
thing.
It's going to cost us more.
Man,
to try
Phil's
to
got a
get
good
the
point.
money than we're likely to
We
get
could
out of
just invite folks
Since
to
this is going to shut down, I want
I
to
think that
give
that
an
actually
opportunity
needs
to
to-
migrate from the platform. So I just opened up a Jitsi
Can I
meeting.
We're as we're live streaming it at LPA, we can invite you to come on and talk as well. So we can send you all a link for that.
Can I just say something?
Kyle,
really
can you
quick?
give a
Just
link?
like
I opened a
everybody's.
Jitsi meeting, LP.
Where do we
after
want to give a
hours,
link
if
to?
anybody's interested in continuing the
We
conversation.
do it here.
Jitsi.com/after hours.
Sure. I mean, you can give them the link in here.
Just
We
so
only
you
have
know,
up to
like,
like 12 people
yeah,
in here.
we're
like
not
Jeremiah
suing a
Harding, right?
libertarian.
Ooh, you know, I'm
Isn't it?
definitely under a bridge right now, you little bitch.
No,
This is a
she
bridge.
supported Trump. She's supporting ICE. She's
No,
supporting.
I'm talking about our case with New Mexico. It's somebody else, a totally different party using our name. So I just want to preface that so you guys understand.
So I think it actually said your money is on the dresser,
that was the original
and you're out of
affiliate
deodorant.
that disaffiliated because of hostile actions by the LNC. They want to come back. They have made this clear. They want to rejoin the party. They
but
have
they're not the
ballot access.
affiliate.
They're not the affiliate. They never were. They disaffiliated, and we made a new
They
affiliate.
disaffiliated.
And
They
that's
have
who
the
we
ballot
are. That's
access.
they're
They
not
want
using
to
the
come
name
back.
lawfully.
This is a complete waste of money that's going to alienate other libertarians, and you are likely to lose it. Like,
Well,
this
not
is a
only
complete
did
waste of
they
money.
disaffiliate, but the LNC also disaffiliated. So it was kind of a mutual breakup.
Thank
It
Now
was.
they want to come
but they
back.
would like to. But you know
It's
why they
like,
left,
okay,
right?
then come back as the
They
affiliate.
can come back
But
as
then
the
they'll
affiliate.
have, then
Yeah.
they will have to fight for ballot access again. Like, they have the
Why?
ballot access.
Evan's counting down the
under
Well,
seconds.
they're the
libertarian
ones that made the
line,
ballot
and that-
access problem.
1 minute.
Okay,
Okay,
LP
but that
after
doesn't
hour
change the fact that they have
on
the ballot
Jitsi
access.
or Amanda's thing. I don't know if we'll split venues.
So I support the LNC suing Angela McArdle because we need to get donors back. We need to get donor confidence back. There needs to be consequences when you embezzle large amounts of money. So
Which is what this other party did. So why can't I do that? And we do Angela
mean,
also. I don't
did they, though?
understand that.
Yeah, how did
Good
New
night,
Mexico
everybody.
embezzle?
I'm ending the
Good night.
meeting. Have a good night.
Bye.
All right. All right, guys.
So,
you know, it was actually a little underwhelming. I was kind of hoping that they would get to the fun shit, but motion to adjourn is in order. Always in order. All right, Unholy Army of the Night in the chat. How can we see the final bingo card, please?
Everyone's been looking at it, but I guess we can.
Please pull it up. I've been helping. I can entertain. You want me to gargle the Internationale again like I did last night?
Here you go. I put the link in chat earlier, so everyone can just watch it in real time. Look at this ridiculous board. Up.
That's harder than it looks. All right. Oh, you meant bingo board. I thought you meant look at this ridiculous board as in like mispronunciation of bird because I was making bird noises gargling water. Thanks, Andy. I appreciate that. Wait, you got to root against yourself in the suit. Oh, that's right.
But the friend who came bearing whiskey is still here. So I'm going to go work on a project.
Good night, guys. Bye.
Catch everybody soon.